For such a prestigious night, it's important that everyone is properly dressed, okay? You're dressed well. Adam.
Kody, what's up, my brother? What's going on, man?
Adam, what are you wearing?
What are you doing right now?
I'm asking you what you're wearing.
Nobody even thought about what I was wearing till you brought it up!
You're dressed like a guy playing video poker at 2 a.m., Adam.
And you know what, Kody? I like the way I look, because I'm a good person. I don't care about what I wear or what I don't wear. Did my snazzy gym shorts and fluffy sweatshirt offend you so much that you had to mock me in front of my peers?
Okay, I'm sorry. Adam, I apologize.
I'm going. I'm gonna go off. I go. Yeah, I'm leaving. I have to. It's not you. No, it's not you. It's him. He's the one. You caused this. But
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You are all welcome to join me for a game of 5-on-5 basketball at Veteran Park tonight. Midnight tip-off, the guy from Nosferatu. Where is he? He's on my team. One more thing. Chalamet!
How's your Carpenter watching going, Kody?
It's going pretty good. I'm actually a little bit behind, if I'm being honest. But I just checked out Christine, which was a first watch for me. Shout out John Carpenter from Carpentober.
The namesake, the man himself.
Yeah, the main man. But it was really fun. It felt like a Transformers prequel or something, which is not really what I was expecting. But cinematography was dope. Score was dope. Obviously, Carpenter. Yeah, I think that's just a really cool thing as well, that he scores pretty much all of his movies. Just really unique, and they always bang. So definitely had a good time. But yeah, I think we only have 20 something days left, and I have 15, 16 movies. So
we got 24 days from recording. So I mean, realistically, you still got time. You're not.
I have time, but I've really been slacking. I mean, there's tons of sports right now. There's MLB playoffs, NFL. So yeah, my time's been taken up by some of that, and college basketball starts soon as well. So movies are on the down, but no, I'm loving Carpentober. Keep getting spooky. How's your watches been going?
Last night, I'm also a little behind. I'll give you that, Kody. So I think I've watched like 7 movies so far. So
we're about the same. Yeah,
all right. But last night I watched The Toxic Avenger for the first time, the original. Not the remake, not with Dinklage. And this movie, it takes like a good 30 minutes for me I think as a viewer to kind of get on the wavelength of the movie, which is funny because that's only like an 80-minute long movie, but it's just so absurd, and like every single character is saying like the most outlandish shit and saying it in the most like extreme way possible. It almost reminds me a little bit of like Mad Max characters, but if they were in New Jersey, if that makes sense to you. All the villains are the most evil possible people you can imagine, so that the Toxic Avenger has reason that he can like kill them and brutally maim them, and will obviously not feel bad about it. There's some great quotes. The city structure, I think, is something that I really latched onto in this world. Like, it's a corrupt mayor, it's a police chief who keeps doing a Nazi salute, just some like really like, on the nose metaphorical stuff there. But I think it really captures some accurate stuff about America during that time period. And the practical effects for the most part were pretty good. There are moments in the film where like, it's like that guy's just wearing a morph suit with some paint on it on his legs, but the face is effective. The actual transformation scene is really scary. And there's some like really gory bloody kills and some inspired stuff with like some weightlifting equipment with a shake maker, one of those spinning things. Some people's faces get fucked up, I'll say that.
Like a blender.
And then today I did a double feature at the theater, and the first movie I saw is the movie we're going to talk about here in a second, which was The Smashing Machine in IMAX. But then after that I checked out Perfect Blue, which is also on my Carpentober list.
Oh, okay.
Which is just randomly back in theaters. It's getting like a 4K re-release this week for whatever reason. Satoshi Kon film, anime film. I didn't really know a ton about it going in, and it is a super interesting movie about like fame and women in the music industry and in film and TV, and the kind of ways that they like get exploited and portrayed. And also just like it's got this really like creepy kind of like stalker uh subplot, or like really like main plot throughout the film, that this like young girl is being, stalked and is kind of constantly being chased throughout her career. There's like some things inside her own head as the character that are kind of happening that make the film a little bit more experimental, a little more impressionistic, that adds some really interesting depth and just feeling to the film as a whole. So I thought that was a really interesting watch, and I would definitely recommend checking that one out.
I mean, it's awesome too. You got to see it in theaters first watch. I feel like that's always dope. And yeah, I have heard good things about it. I did not know kind of that was the subject matter. I feel like very cool and very unique for an animated film. So I'll have to stick that on my watch list as well. But yeah, which one did you like more, the Smashing Machine or?
I do think I enjoyed Perfect Blue a little bit more than the Smashing Machine. Yes, we are talking about Benny Safdie's split movie away from his brother Josh Safdie. This movie is written, directed, produced, and edited by Benny Safdie, and of course, it stars Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt, both above the title. And honestly, I think it's kind of a nothing movie. Like, the Rock is giving a real acting performance, which is something that he admittedly has never done before in a movie prior to this, or at least very rarely has done in a movie. Emily Blunt is great as always. I think it's shot very well. I really love the cinematography style, the way the camera kind of feels like a tactile object in the frame, kind of having to often move around corners and move into rooms, get around people's shoulders to capture what's happening. I think the fighting scenes, Dwayne Johnson as an athlete, like, he is a physical force, and he does really well in the ring, and all the the tertiary real MMA fighters they bring in as the side characters are all super effective. But at the end of the day, like, it feels like a lot of vignettes in a life that I don't really care about, in a story that I don't find that interesting. I personally am not a huge UFC fan, or really any like fighting sports fan, so like I have a general disinterest towards it. I know you enjoyed this a lot more than me. So what worked for you, Kody?
I did actually like this movie a good deal, and to preface too, I'll say I'm not a big UFC guy either myself, and really knew nothing about this character going into it, but I still did really enjoy it. I think the thing that I've seen most criticized about this movie, and what you just said as well, is like, the story is the weaker aspect for a lot of people. But I mean, for me, I think it's just tackling a lot of subjects. It does even start off in a sense with talking about his battle with like addiction, and then how that affects his relationships, and then diving more into that relationship with Emily Blunt and the toxicity of that and kind of the craziness of both of those. I think that was my favorite part of the movie, was kind of just diving into those characters and trying to figure out if there's if there's anything like in their brains in a sense, because they are just insane people, I feel like. And the performances are good. Again, like you said, this is really, for being honest, I mean, it's like The Rock's debut performance. I don't think we've ever really seen
It's
him do anything
Dwayne
serious.
Johnson's debut performance. He's
Yes,
been The Rock.
that's true. It's so hard to not call him that, but this is Dwayne Johnson, 100%. There's no Rock in this movie. Even though obviously, like, he fits the casting perfectly. Obviously, he slips into this role very easily just with his physique and his athleticism, from wrestling. But another thing I liked about it too is obviously it's a sports movie, kind of the other side of it. But I liked like how much action there actually was with the sports. I mean, how many fights did we get in this movie? I think it was, upwards of at least 5 or 6, probably even a few more. But like, even comparing it to other sports movies, an obvious one, Rocky, like, we only get one fight for most of these movies. So I like, it being an A24 sports movie. Like, it was still fast paced. It kept me guessing. I thought it was going to do kind of a warrior thing, which I really like those parallels, but it caught me off guard on where it ended up finishing. So I thought it was unpredictable, well directed, well acted. And yeah, I feel like we don't get A24 sports movies, if I'm being completely honest. So to have it kind of come from a Safdie brother, which I'm kind of just a fan of in general too, I think is really cool. And I think it's cool that we're getting another A24 sports movie with Timmy later in the year. So let's just keep making those, and I'll definitely be happy.
It's an interesting way this movie came about. Obviously, like I said, Safdie wrote and directed, but it's based on a 2002 documentary called The Smashing Machine about Mark Kerr, which I believe Dwayne Johnson had the rights to and was kind of going around to different people talking to. And it in like 2018, 2019, you know, around the Uncut Gems time, he talked to, I think, maybe the Safdie brothers together, or at least Benny Safdie, about it. And there was discussions, maybe it was going to happen. And then COVID hit and it kind of basically all shut down and there was nothing more. And even I think Benny talked about trying to reach out to The Rock, like still being interested and never really hearing anything back. And then he worked on Oppenheimer with Emily Blunt. And he was like, hey, Emily, like, you and The Rock, you guys have done a lot of movies together. Do you know anything about this movie? Like, is it still happening? Can you talk to him for me? And it was that connection that got things restarted on this project and got Safdie back in the room with The Rock. And then here he goes, he gets to write the script for it, which I think is just a cool thing. Like, that's somehow these things happen pretty quickly. And, you know, it can seem like it was going to be one thing, and then, you know, later it becomes another. And that networking, Chris Nolan, we have him to blame for everything.
Always circles back around to him somehow. But yeah, I actually forgot even that Emily Blunt and The Rock have been in other movies as well, which is funny. I've never seen Jungle Cruise.
They're the most iconic duo we have, man. They're in everything together.
I guess so. But they do work well together. And yeah, it is always funny kind of how, well, I guess it just worked out for The Rock more than anybody else because, you know, the Safdie brothers kind of delving off and doing their own thing kind of just created this opportunity. Because I don't know how many other people would buy into The Rock in a serious role like this. So good on him. I don't know. Do you think he has any chance to get nommed? I don't really think so, but like he's good in it, and you know it's his movie. But there's just so many best actors like performances this year that I think are just better.
Obviously, it's the subject matter of the episode we're about to get into with our friends from the Rough Cut Retrospective. But I don't think this is his year to be nominated. I don't think he's probably ever going to be nominated for an Oscar. When you've got like guys like Daniel Day-Lewis coming out of retirement, and you've got Leo coming back and being, you know, at the forefront of a movie, I just don't think there's really space for him to get in. And if he gets in over like a Wagner Moira or something, like to me that's disappointing. The thing that I do find impressive about this movie, from a performance perspective, is definitely Emily Blunt. I think she's the highlight to me. And then also the makeup and hairstyling, like it is effective the way they make The Rock manage to look like this guy. It's a really weird thing where, do you know how old Mark Kerr is in real life?
Like currently now, or
yeah, if you were
during the 60.
He's 56. Do you know how The Rock is right now?
Is he older?
He's 53. So it's like he's playing a guy who's 3 years older than him in real life. The story's set 25 to 28 years ago. So like The Rock is allegedly playing like someone half his age. And then they do a little bit of a weird thing near the end where they could try and connect us to the modern day. And I think that's not super successful, but I would say The Rock looks different. Like there is a clear, distinct look to him. You can tell the prosthetics, the hair, like it's all very effective.
Yeah. And I thought the makeup was kind of a standout thing as well. I didn't realize they were trying to age him down that much, if I'm being honest. I don't know if that really works for the age gap, but I think like his look specifically, like you said, when they shave his head, he does not look like The Rock at that point, which is weird because The Rock is normally sporting a shaved head, obviously. But yeah, the kind of reveal of the actual Mark Kerr in the movie, I was pretty confused on. I thought honestly it was maybe Ryan Bader, who's another really good performance from a guy who's never really been in a movie. I mean, he could get nominated for supporting actor, if I'm being honest. I thought he was really good, but I thought it was him like old man makeup or something like that. So it was kind of just weird in how it was edited and how it was presented with the movie. But other than that, I mean, another thing I wanted to point out with the script as well is I feel like the script's not very long, probably on paper. Like a lot of scenes is kind of just like the camera sitting on The Rock in kind of emotional moments, or Emily Blunt kind of in emotional moments. And I really like that aspect of it. Again, I think the main criticism of this movie is the writing, but I don't know for me if that makes sense, just because it is a lighter script, and then it does have like these really, really interesting characters. So I'm not getting the hate. I think this movie deserves more. I almost put it at 4.5 stars, if I'm being completely honest. Because after I left the theater,
I saw you bouncing around on Letterboxd, switching up your rating a little bit.
I was all over the place. I couldn't make up my mind on it, if I'm being honest, but like I was really high coming out of it just because of like the character depth. And the more that I thought about kind of just The Rock and Emily Blunt's relationship, I was like, dang, like that is really interesting, kind of just breaking down each scene one by one. But yeah, I mean, altogether, like I said, it's a sports movie, so it's kind of made for me as well. Um, and I kind of like The Rock. I mean, Fast Five, how can you not love that movie? So maybe I'm a little biased, but yeah, I will definitely defend this movie because I think it's pretty decent.
I think the thing that was missing for me was in that build up in the first act. So when it's like The Rock, because eventually this is all building to him. He's an
It is
undefeated
sudden.
wrestler, and it's building to him
Yeah.
eventually losing, right? Like that's the clear thing in sight. And I feel like we never get a moment of like seeing this guy at the top of his game or ever really being that great. Like it kind of starts in a low place. We never really get to see the friendship between him and the other guy develop. They're kind of already in a relationship together as friends. We never really see him and Emily Blunt be anything other than fucking nuts to each other. And I think this movie does a real disservice to her as her character. Like she
Yeah.
is just there to be a psycho lady that's yelling at him and can't make a shake right and can't do it. Like every time she shows up, he's annoyed. Like I think Emily
But
Blunt
he's
is
so
very
passive
good,
aggressive about it
but
too. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I think it's a lot of I don't know. Like she is not a real character other than at the service of to be like to be the main antagonist of the film, really.
Yeah. Every time she shows up, she gets a dirty look from one of his friends, 100%.
Right. And he's like
Um,
rolling his eyes and he's like, oh, fuck.
yeah, but I agree. I mean, she doesn't have any like one-on-one character building that much, really. It is always in relation to Mark, and he's in a big moment, so she's making it about herself. I think is what the story's trying to say, which is definitely a disservice to
Damn
her
fucking
character.
women trying to make everything
Yeah.
about. See, like, that's what it feels like a little bit to me. Like one of those where it's just like, come on, can we really not like have the only female character be a little bit better written?
I mean, that's fair, but that's literally every single movie made these days.
Sure.
But it's definitely a fair criticism. I can't argue against it. And then, yeah, with the story stuff you're saying too, I mean, I like that argument to me is like, talking about, you could say the exact same about Superman this year. It's like, oh, you just gave us a text explaining everything.
Sure.
We didn't see Superman grow up, so I don't care about his old parents. Like, I don't know. It just like, I don't understand that argument just from the perspective of like, when I go into a movie, I don't need to know, the entire backstory. I just want to sit with these characters in kind of these cool emotional moments, and enjoy it, while I'm there. I love plot. I'm a big writing, proponent, and I think that's a good way to judge films. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't think we need a backstory for every character, other than, Emily Blunt could probably use one.
To me, the thesis of this movie is like, here's a guy who was forgotten by history and we need to remember his name. Like he's one of the
Yeah.
pioneers of the sport, right? And I don't think it does a good job of like actually making him a real person or any sort of character. And it's really tough because like this is an addiction movie as well, which we have not mentioned. And I didn't really know going into it. I don't know. Maybe it's because Mark Kerr had some involvement in this film, but like I never see The Rock as the bad guy in this film, other than maybe when he's got beef with the cat at the beginning, being on the couch. That's kind
Let
of
him
fucked
be on
up.
the couch, man. What
But
the
in
hell?
general, like I think this movie treats him with like such kitty gloves and kindness and respect. Where like to a certain extent, it's like you were pumping yourself full of drugs. You were probably being an asshole to your wife, but the whole time it feels like everyone else is wrong around him. And then once he gets sober, he's like the ultimate saint who never relapses or does anything wrong. And that's just not super compelling to me. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see how you could get that perspective from watching it. I do think he's a bit more layered, and I had a bunch of moments where I was like, I don't think he's a good guy at all. Like you had said, I mean, the battle with addiction is interesting, but I think he almost turns into a worse person after he goes through that, which is always tough to see, and definitely, explodes the relationship. I think that like that's a big factor in it, which really sucks, obviously. But yeah, I mean, thematically, like with his character, I think there was some, more stuff to latch on to early on in the movie. And then as we go along, like you said, not a ton is really explained with this psyche. But that's what I was saying with like those kind of really emotional scenes where, because he doesn't talk about his emotions. That's one of the main themes the entire time too. So I think those scenes where he's expressing it physically, with those kind of lasting
Yeah,
shots
this is
is kind
definitely
of
a men will do literally anything but go to therapy movie. punch each other in a ring, right?
Yeah, and like I was saying, like his passive aggressiveness, just makes the relationship with Emily Blunt so much worse. So I think it does show his flaws. Like you said, maybe because of his involvement. Obviously, I mean, he's in the movie, so I would say he's involved a decent amount, and it's based off the documentary, so they probably tried to make it somewhat realistic. But yeah, that could have
Right.
been.
And also want to make it clear, like, I don't want this to just be like the movie's only good if he's like abusive or he like does some crazy, like, I think it's
Right.
very great and awesome that this is like a movie about a very violent person in the ring, but then in their real life is restrained and like really doesn't let any of their emotions get out, which I think is an interesting concept because we are often seeing portrayals of people in fighting sports or in football or in more aggressive sports like this as like violent in all aspects of their life. And more often than not, that's not true. So I think that's a cool thing to see. However, like, I don't know, I still think this movie just is too nice to him.
I think that's a fair criticism. I'm curious too, which is the better sports movie, Smashing Machine or him?
Well, the Smashing Machine is him, I'll tell you that. Yeah, I think this is the better sports movie, for sure. Less demon worship, and definitely less Julia Fox, which is weird because it's a Safdie film.
Yeah, I was gonna say she should have had a cameo at least. I'm glad to hear that. But shout out him. Shout out Mr. Wayne's.
We haven't seen Marty Supreme, but you've seen two things from Benny now: the curse and the Smashing Machine. Are you a Benny guy or are you a Josh?
It is very difficult because I really do dislike the curse. Also, I just don't like. I can't really tell them apart. Benny's the one in Oppenheimer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like his face. I don't like his face.
We can build a bigger bomb.
What's his brother's name?
Josh.
Josh. I like Josh more. I'm a Josh guy. I don't know his name, but he doesn't have a punchable face at least.
And then, I learned recently there's a third guy who's stuck around with Josh, and he was also like the co-writer on Uncut Gems. So maybe he's the real secret sauce.
Yeah, he needs to come to the forefront, I think. But hey, get that guy working more.
Ronald Bronstein is the secret sauce.
Wow.
You heard it here first.
Well, he's not the front man because he's got a terrible name, but just clean it up and you'll be a star in no time, kid.
This movie made like $6 million, I think, this week.
Like
it was not a real hit. And obviously The Rock is known for being Mr. Box Office, but this is an A24 thing. It's that this is an A24 film. It's that dichotomy you were talking about of like a big star, a sports movie, but from a small indie art house studio. Do you think if this was like a huge hit, then the Oscar chances would be better? Do you think this movie is going to make any more money? What do you think about the box office of it?
Yeah, I think it is going to struggle or continue to struggle at the box office. And yeah, it is a good question of like if it did make a decent amount of money, maybe there would be more buzz and he would have a chance to get nommed. But I think it bombing kind of solidifies that. It's hard to market a movie like this. Like you said, it is kind of going towards two different demographics of, rock fans who like action movies or, people like us who like A24 movies. And there's not a ton of overlap, I would say, of other than us, of like people who like sports movies and A24 movies and want to see that together. So hard to market. Doesn't help it's The Rock, but I'm sad to see it. I just hope he gets like more serious roles. I think this is kind of a weird first role for him just because it is so sports specific and obviously that's kind of his background altogether. So it'll be interesting to see if like any actual legit offers come in from like another decent
it's the tough thing because how do you look like him and play a normal person, right?
I mean, I guess he has slimmed down, I think, a good deal since this. And I mean, you could say that about it. You could say that about Mike O'Kane, and he gets tons of roles. So I don't know. If you're a good actor, you're gonna get in a movie one way or another.
Sure. I hear you. Did you see Benny Safdie with his sign out on the street trying to promote this movie?
It doesn't seem to be working very well, but he's going out there and trying. So I respect it. I think he enjoys this movie, and he's kind of hoping everyone else will go see it, but it doesn't really seem to be the case. I'll go out there and start waving some stuff around with him because he needs the help. But
yeah, I think it was a cool parallel because there was pictures of him. He did the same thing when Daddy Longlegs came out, like 15 years ago. Him and Josh's debut narrative.
That is fun.
And here he is. Hasn't changed at all.
The same amount of people showed up. Go check it out, though. Yeah, I would wreck it. In theaters, I think it's definitely worth it as well. The score, I think, underrated. I think it's worth the price of admission, for sure.
Any final thoughts before we get into our Oscar conversation?
Um, Final thoughts. Shout out Emily Blunt. Maybe stop working with The Rock, low-key. Again, didn't realize they
Jungle
were...
Cruise 2 coming soon.
Give us Edge or Live, Die, Repeat, too. When is that sucker coming out? So, love her. Also, I saw Quiet Place got delayed, so she's due for some work. Somebody hook her up.
She looks great in this film. I'll say that as well.
Oh, yeah. Always.
Let's get into our Oscar talk.
Hello and welcome back to Kody and Korbin Have a Podcast. I'm your host, Korbin Zvokel. And of course, I'm joined by my co-host, Cody Webb. This week, it's the return of the Oscar prediction game. Cody, are you ready?
Oh, I'm pumped. How can you not love this game? We're back for another try at it. Probably not succeeding, but excited to be here for sure.
Yeah, we'll be trying a lot for sure. But of course, we are joined by our compadres, our friends, the competitors over at the Rough Cut Retrospective. Not going to hype up their introductions too much. Just going to introduce them. First, we got Carter Sims. Carter, what's going on, man?
I just realized I probably inadvertently dressed like a Christmas adventurer today, but I'm ready to roll, and I'm here for year 5, which is crazy to think about. So I'm excited. Good to be back.
Yeah, I thought it was a golf theme in relation to Happy Gilmore too, because you're predicting a lot of Oscar nominations for that.
Picture, baby. Here we
definitely
go.
came out this year. And of course, we have back again Jeffrey Brown. Jeff, what's going on, man?
Hey, man. I'm ready to talk about what a weak year for movies it was.
Ooh,
off
already
the
getting
bat.
into the spicy takes. I like it.
Here he is.
And of course, Jackson Mahuron, Jackson, the longest compadre, back again for the 50th time, it feels like. And you're still rocking the same background from last time, even, I think.
Oh, damn, really? I re-downloaded it then, if that's the case.
Superman, you're the
Completely
Superman
forgot.
guy, and lots of Oscar nominations incoming for that, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for having me.
It is the 98th Academy Awards, way too early Oscar nomination prediction game. The way this is going to work is we are each going to try and select one nominee for each of the main feature-length categories. Those categories are as follows: Best Documentary, Best International, New this year, Best Casting, Best Makeup and Hairstyling, Best Production Design, Best Costume Design, Best Sound, Best Visual Effects, Best Editing, Best Original Score, Best Original Song, which we've added this year to our game,
Finally.
Best Cinematography, Best Animated Film, Best Screenplay, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Director, Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress, and then we'll be selecting 2 nominees for the categories of Best Actor, Actress, and Picture. Once one of us selects a movie in a particular category, in a field, it cannot be used again. So if I select One Battle After Another, I think a popular movie in any category in Best Picture, I won't be able to use it anywhere down the line. That means there's 24 unique movies that each of us need to select. There's no overlap between each other, so all of our boards can have some of the same movies on them, but everyone's going to have their own unique board kind of predicting all the categories. Jeff, this is your second year competing in this game. How do you feel? Are you more prepared? Are you more scared this year now you know what you're getting into? You got a sophomore slump to worry about?
A little bit. Yeah, I think what I learned from last year was I was looking at my board from last year, and 2 or 3 of them that I thought were for sure locks ended up being snubs. But like I kind of alluded to in the front half of in my intro, I am spooked from this year because it felt like a lot of category overlap, just in terms of there's 4 or 5 movies at the very top that are kind of slam dunks in a lot of different categories. So the rules of the game made me get a little creative. So spooked but ready.
And I was going to ask you, Carter, it is kind of a weird year, right? Like it feels like we've got a couple things at the top.
Yeah, it feels, I mean, I was talking to Jackson and Jeff today because we were just shooting the shit about this. It feels weird because we are doing this a little later than we usually do, where like most of the main festivals have either happened or are about to end. We're in the middle of New York Film Festival, which is about to end. But I feel like having the knowledge, I was telling them ignorance is usually bliss. Like we have all the knowledge now, and it's kind of disappointing because it's like there's a lot of parity. Like it's a little heavy at the top, and it seems like a lot of these are carryover of like 5 or 6 movies that keep popping up on certain prognostications and things. So I feel like the more we know, the harder it actually is. It's a different year for sure. That's how I kind of feel about it. And I haven't seen a lot of them yet, even though we've done it later also. So there's that to factor in as well.
We definitely all have two big movies that we've all seen. And then I think after that, I agree. It's a bunch of stuff that's a bunch of question marks. Like you said, knowing sometimes it gives you a reason to not want to pick something. That information you have of like, oh, well, I've seen a couple bad reviews for this. Now I'm scared that it's going to have the path there. Jackson, you kind of mentioned this before we started recording here, but to me, this game is also about eyeing what is left for us in the last couple of months of the year. What are going to be the things we discover? Were there movies that you even found out about in your preparation for this pod? And like, what was your research like?
I would say about half the movies I had not heard about before prepping for this. And a lot of them I'm actually really interested in, which we'll get to. Like a lot of unwatched stuff that I'm ready to tap into.
It's a highlight for the rest of the year, stuff to get excited about, right? As fans of film, and for anybody listening, these are the movies to watch, even if they don't end up as Oscar nominees come at the end of January. And of course, Kody, you're known for making some wild picks. So just early on, can you give us a taste? What's the category where we're gonna go crazy when we hear your pick?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think I have a couple snubs that you guys would be a bit surprised about. Bouncing off what Carter said, like even though we have more information, this game is still impossible from almost every aspect. So I think for me, strategy-wise, like I try to pick things that I think for sure will hit, and then just kind of find outliers along the way. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. I think experience does play into this game a lot. Because I do feel more confident like going in, year 5 versus year 1 or 2. So should be a hell of a time, but we're probably gonna do pretty bad again if I'm guessing.
Great strategy, Kody. Picking what you think will win.
Hey, big brain moves. Like, come on.
Hey, we have to go back to the basics. Sometimes
Keep
you
it
start
simple,
to
man.
overthink things.
Yeah, you overthink this game. That's how I lose every year. So
it is a true puzzle, a Jenga tower of I can put this here and there and it's going to, all stand, or you remove one thing and then maybe everything goes wrong. So I do want to date this. We're recording this on October 7th. Like Carter says, this is the latest we've ever done it. We've kind of been progressively getting a little later every year. We're midst New York Film Festival. There was even a surprise secret premiere of Marty Supreme last night. So like if we had recorded this a couple days ago, maybe some of our predictions would be a little bit differently just based on those reactions. I think Frankenstein officially premiered a couple days ago as well. So we're starting to get some things, and there's not too many movies barring your like avatars that no one has seen yet. So there is a lot of information out there. But let's start with something I don't think probably any of us have seen any of these movies. Best documentary. And I'm going to start with you, Jackson, because you're my doc guy. I have faith in you here. What's going to get nominated for best documentary?
For this, I went with The Alabama Solution, I think is what it's called. It's made by the Jinx team, who you may have seen that like 6-part documentary on
Phenomenal.
HBO.
Yeah.
Really good. And it's basically about incarcerated men in the Alabama prison system, and like a lot of the footage compiled for this documentary is through like cell phone footage that like the incarcerated men like have. So it sounds pretty cool. Sounds pretty, important, and yeah, kind of different approach.
Excited to hear about it. I struggled so much to even just find names of movies that could get nominated here. Carter, what'd you come up with?
I came up with The Perfect Neighbor is what I'm rocking with. This is Jackson went with, I think his is an HBO one. This is the Netflix one. We've seen this kind of subject matter be nominated before. It's about police body cam footage and interviews of people on these quotes stand your ground laws. So it's a lot of like documentary footage of body cam footage. I think it's unfortunately a pressing topic. Always. This premiered at Sundance. I think Alabama Solution also premiered at Sundance. Probably all of these did that we're going to talk about. So yeah, notably the documentary wing branch of the Academy is very uppity usually. So like they won't nominate things like Superman last year or things like that. Or Will and Harper. So I'm hoping just to get into gritty subject matter, I guess, is what they like. So yeah, I'm with The Perfect Neighbor here.
This was also my selection, Carter. Like you said, a Sundance pick. Interesting in comparison, Jackson's like saying that that's mostly cell phone footage. I do believe, like you said, this movie is mostly body cam footage. So I am sensing a little bit of a theme of like documentaries compiled in forms in unique ways, or kind of like in ways that were not intentionally, like this was not filmed to be a documentary. It's combining real evidence. And it's also like a pretty recent event. I think it happened in like 2024, 2023. And just classic Florida antics. I'm sure there's lots going on here, but I'm worried about the Netflix of it all. Like you said, Will and Harper didn't get in last year, but I just haven't really seen any documentaries this year. I got to catch up.
Me neither.
Cody, are you gonna go somewhere different?
I am actually, yeah. I'm historically not a big doc guy myself either, but I'm gonna take 2,000 meters to Andreevka.
That's my pick too.
Hey, shout out, but yeah, don't know a ton about it. Looks like this Chernoff guy who made it, won an Oscar in the past, same category. Seems like a good, filmmaker. And then, yeah, synopsis wise, it's just about a Ukrainian troop and kind of them dealing with some Russians. So it does sound kind of very interesting, especially just to see kind of more of what was going on with that.
Yeah, totally. It was. I also think it was a Sundance one, and it got great reviews. I even saw some people mentioning that it could win just Best International Feature or be nominated for it. So, I haven't seen it obviously, but yeah, for all the same reasons, and it's really prescient subject matter, which those things can usually get nominated for that as well.
Yeah, I mean, like Cody said, 20 Days of Mariupol already has that history with this filmmaker, and Ukrainian stuff is still prevalent, still important. We've seen this category, I think, really take a lot of stand for like global politics in the last couple of years. No Other Land winning last year. Let's get to the global politics with Best International. Carter, what are you picking for this category?
I tossed this one around a lot because I wanted to, the Academy's getting a little more international now. So a lot of these end up in other spots. So I went with the voice of the Hind Rajab from Tunisia is what I ended up going with. These volunteers get an emergency call. It deals with the IDF in Gaza. There's a 6-year-old girl trapped in a car under IDF fire in Gaza. And the whole film is just trying to keep her on the line while they do everything they can. So kind of like a in real time movie. It's like an hour and a half, I think, of just like talking this girl through it. I think it's, again, very prescient, unfortunately. The crisis we're still going through. So yeah, this is Tunisia's submission. And so yeah, it's one of those strange ones where, it's about Gaza, but it comes from Tunisia. A little bit like, Wim Wenders a couple of years ago with Perfect Days, German and a Japanese story. So yeah, I went with that to, kind of hit on the moment in time we're in.
I like it. I agree with you. This category, like, I think we could get to Best Picture and have like 3 foreign language films in there, 4 foreign language films in there. So like there is a little bit of you don't want to pick the obvious thing in international. You want to save them for maybe some other categories.
Sure.
I went with something that could get some nominations other places, but it seems unlikely. It's The Secret Agent, which is Brazil's selection. I know Wagner Moura has been kind of tapped a little bit as having a really great performance. I think this was maybe a South by Southwest. It premiered It premiered earlier this year to pretty well received reviews. And it is Brazil's submission, so I'm not gonna fall into that trap that happens to us sometimes.
Yeah, this is Brazil. I'm doing the same thing. Give me The Secret Agent. I was thinking a lot about it was just an accident. Just stick this in here and be super safe. But kind of your same reasoning too. I think I did take it in another category. So hopefully it is very good. But yeah, same thing with Wagner Moura. I watched a trailer. He looks awesome. Plot-wise, it looks good. So I like how this year too we're doing a little bit later, so we can actually see the country's noms. Yeah, and shout out Brazil.
Not getting burned this year.
Yeah, true.
And of course, last year Brazil gave us "I'm Still Here," which was such a huge hit at the Oscars. So continuing that tradition. Jeff, where are you going in this category?
I went with No Other Choice, South Korea.
Nice.
I love Park Chan-wook, and I don't think he's been nominated before, which is overdue because obviously Old Boy, The Handmaiden are both very good. I couldn't quite get into Decision to Leave. It was a little too surreal for me. But extremely talented filmmaker who I think is overdue for a win in that category. So
I agree. He is not someone who has been necessarily celebrated by the Oscars. We'll see this year. I saw the trailer before the Smashing Machine. Looks sick. It's gonna be bloody.
Yeah,
gonna be violent,
It's
like
good.
his movies tend to be.
For sure. Yeah. The early reviews are, I mean, it's had an initial release, but yeah, it's seems to be on par for him. So I'm definitely excited to catch that one.
Jackson, what are you doing here?
I am also going with The Secret Agent from Brazil.
Nice.
This could be there is a scenario where Neon is repping all 5 of the international feature films, which would be just wild. Neon has really upped the game. They're the new A24, I think.
Best casting, the new award, and I'll kick us off. I don't really know what to do here. Is this going to be an ensemble award? Is this going to be an award for like finding unique people and voices that no one's ever heard of?
They've been very vague. Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to the general populace voting, like the winner's probably just going to be what cast do we like the most? But I'm going to go a little safe and take Sinners here because I feel like this is going to be a juggernaut, going to have, probably 10 nominations, at least 8+. And this cast is so amazing. And you do have a little bit of that, like with Miles Caton, of new faces, of people that, we didn't know before. And, also people like Haley Steinfeld, Michael B. Jordan, and everybody else. And it's a really great cast. And this movie, it's going to be everywhere. So it'll be here.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick. I really don't know what to expect with this. I kind of just threw a Hail Mary and hoping they would just care about, the sheer size of the cast. So I picked Knives Out, Wake Up Dead Man here.
I did the same
biggest
thing.
cast.
I did too.
I mean, it's a good cast. It's solid. I don't know, how good the movie is. Hopefully pretty solid, but I feel like just, numbers wise, it does make sense to get nominated here.
So Jackson, you and Carter both picked this. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
And then Jeff, did you have something different?
I had something different. Yeah, both those I think would be great nominations. I just used them somewhere else. I know Wake Up Dead Man is definitely like that's kind of the whole bit of the Knives Out movies is the ensemble and the cast. So that's a great choice.
That's what they're going for. So again,
exactly.
Who's to say?
Yeah, so
yeah, I went with kind of a dumb pick, honest to God, but I went with Fantastic Four.
Let's go.
Ooh.
Just for the main 4.
I get it.
And yeah, a little bit of an ensemble, obviously kind of a mini ensemble. But yeah, and then the kind of the pick of using Julia Garner as Silver Surfer, little out of the box. So yeah, but I think we'll have a much better idea of how to play this one a year from now.
Next year.
It's a tough category. And a sense of fun casting there as well for Galactus. Was there another reason beyond just the size, Jackson, that you went with Wake Up Dead Man?
Honestly, it was kind of one of those where I wanted to use Sinners, but I just needed it somewhere else. So this is kind of a last minute substitution. I definitely considered Fantastic Four also, just because is this category something where like maybe there's not a definite lead, so like whoever has the most like shared group time, like maybe that's like a part of it. Like I don't really know like what's going to be considered. Like if, for example, like an ensemble cast has like a really particular strong lead, does that like kind of ruin its chances with like the overall cast if it's like supposed to be like more of a group movie? I don't know.
Well, and then does Wake Up Dead Man get hurt for it being like Daniel Craig's already in this and he's the...
Sure.
I don't know.
This murder was dressed as a miracle. But what happened that night is a much, much larger scheme. To understand this case, you need to look at the myth that's being constructed. A man gives a sermon. He then, in plain sight of everyone, walks into a sealed concrete box. And 30 seconds later, that man is lying dead. A classic, impossible crime. Okay, you're freaking me out now.
This is a holy mystery, unsolvable.
Holy shit.
Sorry. What the hell happened?
We do not know.
What is truth? We don't know that. We don't. What exists? Does any of this exist? So,
what is even happening right now?
It is time to discover what this flock of wicked wolves is hiding.
Confess. All right, stop. Here's what's gonna happen. Benoit frickin' Blanc and I are gonna ask you all some questions, and you're gonna answer them. We're gonna get to the bottom of who killed Monsignor Wicks and why. And then... that's it.
Now, who wants to go first?
I don't know either. I mean, I feel like it's always a bit every year where everyone anticipates who's gonna be in the new Knives Out movie, and we even did an episode on it where we tried to predict, and no one ever gets it right, which I think is why it's, you know, unique and fun. Like I would
those casting directors are working hard.
I know, like I would not have been like, oh yeah, Thomas Hayden Church is going to be in that. Like, so like, I think they are doing a good job of that, but then they're also doing a good job of like grabbing like, you know, Andrew Scott, who's hot, and then like, you know, Josh O'Connor and people like that. And then of course, Glenn Close, who will just, you know, do anything now. So we'll see.
I've heard great things about Josh O'Connor, and I'm excited to see him.
Yeah.
There's a world where I think like this is what they give Sinners, and it doesn't really win a lot else, but they're like, hey, you get the new Oscar and you get casting.
Yeah.
But
I'd be upset if it was just like the 5 best picture contenders. Like I
there
would
needs
love
to be something a little wacky in there, something weird.
But I agree. I think Sinners will definitely be there. Yeah.
I do think Sinners is like the only like guaranteed, like no matter what the criteria ends up being, I feel like it does check all those boxes and will
Justified.
be like a guaranteed lock and will probably win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope it's not a waste using it here. That'd be awful if it just doesn't even. We'll see. All right. Next up, makeup and hairstyling. Kody, kick us off.
Going to the specialist first. This year I'm going Kiss of the Spider Woman in this category.
Nice.
Sure.
Looks like a J-Lo musical, and you know, she's got her hair going. So that would be my pick.
She's got her hair going. Absolutely.
Her hair going.
I had to
baby.
pick a
Let's
musical.
go.
I mean, I feel like it historically makes sense. So we'll go for it.
Yeah, it's a musical.
I had the same pick.
Love it.
Big JLo fans.
Yeah, for all the same reasons. She's definitely gonna have her hair going. So, hey, maybe even her makeup too. So
Maybe a little.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a bold
Rare
statement.
you get both.
yeah,
Saw her and Ben Affleck on the red carpet for this movie.
looking real cozy.
Ready for round 3? Let's do it.
I don't know. Hey, we're kicking the campaign off. We like to see celebrities together. This is how we're gonna get to the Oscars.
I love it.
Jackson, what do you think here?
This was a category I was swapping a lot of stuff out. I ended up putting the Smashing Machine in here.
I did too, Jax.
Kind of felt like the only, like, I don't know if The Rock can get some acting noms. I don't know if, you know, the right Safdie can get the nod here. So it just made sense to do, you know, like a biopic type approach with prosthetics. Like this seems like kind of the Oscar darling in that sense of like the type of thing they like to award here, or at least nominate.
Cardi, you just saw the movie today.
Yes, I walked out 30 minutes ago. So, yeah, you know, I usually like to find the fat suit of the year and slot that in here, but I haven't seen any yet. So, so this one, there was some, you know, some prosthetic works for The Rock and all that. And obviously, you know, it's a fighting movie. So there's, you know, there's blood, there's stitches, there's bruises, all that good stuff. I'm just kind of the same way. I mean, as much as I would love to see The Rock slide in here, I'm just nervous about it. I know he has a lot of goodwill in the, you know, in the community, but it's kind of a loaded year in that regard in Best Actor. So I was just unsure about it. So I thought this one would be the safest bet for at least a lock to use it.
Have you ever heard of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, the UFC?
That's the bloody thing they're trying to ban.
This guy is the best he has ever seen.
Do you hate each other when you fight?
Absolutely not.
How do you know Mark Kirk? Oh, we go way back. But he's a buddy of mine.
Come on, baby. Too much?
Never.
Too much?
No.
Please welcome in his Octagon debut, Mark Kirk!
Winning is the best feeling there is. It's 40,000 people, and they're cheering you on. There's no other high like it in the world. No contract, no money?
No money.
Do you have any stronger pain medication?
Advil?
Advil?
Yeah.
Don, would you like?
No.
They're handing them out like candy. Let's all get in. Everybody get in. Yeah, Don, can you take this picture for us?
Yeah.
What are you thinking at the beginning of the fight?
It's simple. Am I going to hurt him before he hurts me?
Yes, there were times, I'm sure
This Grand Prix to crown the greatest fighter in the world. He has come back from the brink.
Let's see if he can pull out a victory over Mark Coleman.
Have you spoken to either about fighting such a good friend for a life-changing amount of money?
I faced it all.
I just need you to let me in.
I took the bull.
Always about you. Only about fucking you.
Let's fucking go. Big strong man, I love you.
I think he wants your autograph.
Sure, no problem. No fighting.
I also put it here for the same reasons. I don't feel super confident that good old Dwayne is going to get that Best Actor nomination, as much as we like to joke about it. To me, this is a makeup and hairstyle. Like maybe that's the only thing it gets. And I'll tell you what, Emily Blunt, she had makeup, she had hairstyles, right, Cody? You know, like it's happening.
What else do you want? Yeah.
What else do you want? This movie does accomplish something amazing where near the end of the movie, The Rock has to shave his head.
Yes.
But obviously The Rock, who we've seen throughout this film with, hair playing this character, The Rock is so iconic for having the shaved head. They managed to make him look like enough different. It is kind of impressive when that moment comes and you're like, holy shit, this does look like a different guy. And like you said, the blood, the bruises, he's not getting nominated for actor. No shot.
I feel like the movie,
so.
I haven't looked at your thoughts on it, Corbin, or read if you did a review or anything, but it just feels like the movie itself does a disservice to him in it. I don't know. We could talk about it if we get to actor later and people have picked it, but I didn't love the movie around it. I loved him. I didn't love everything around it.
Yeah, he's not bad. It's just like,
No,
I don't know.
no.
Not really my story or that interesting, but I digress. Cody, I know you were a bigger fan and oh well.
I did like it actually. So I'll defend it later when I pick it.
Sweet.
All right. Best production design. Jeff, you're kicking us off.
I have Frankenstein in this slot.
Fun.
Nice.
Just like I think from the trailers, it looks like GDT cooked pretty hard, as he always does. Look, a lot of practical sets and that sort of a thing.
Yeah, I also did pick that as well. Shout out Frankie. I picked Nosferatu in this category last year and it worked out. So I think those similar, vibes could get another point here.
This is where I threw Avatar, Fire, and Ash, just because it's been nominated twice, I think, for the previous two movies, and I think it won at least for the first one.
I did the exact same as Jackson for the exact same reason. Previous two films were nominated in this category, even when, Way of Water didn't get as much love as Avatar. It still pulled off a production design nom. So yeah, that's why I rolled it with it again here.
Me, you, and Jackson are on a little bit of a wavelength here. I also took Avatar, Fire, and Ash. It is that strange thing of like, well, they just shot this in an empty, like what the production design of Avatar is a different thing than the production design of Frankenstein or the production design of some of the other things nominated here. But it is like they create this world entirely from scratch. And I'm excited to see whatever the fire world looks like and how they design that. And the ash.
This is the only pure thing in this world. The fire came from the mountain, burned our forest. My people cried for help. But Eva did not come.
This world goes much deeper than you imagine.
Protect your sisters.
Yes, sir. Stay under cover. What does Dad always say?
Sully stick together.
No, the other one.
Sully never quits.
That's right. Sully's never quit.
How do you still live? What if every human being on Earth could live here without a mask? Then the Na'vi people will be gone.
Whoa.
You want to spread your fire across the world. You need me.
We must fight! I call upon the warrior mother. I'll kill you! I swear!
I saw we're getting Taruk back, so
Honestly, couldn't tell you who that is, but that's
I
great.
don't even know what you're referencing.
That's great. That's the
'cause
problem. I know Jake Sully and I know Natiri, and then Stephen Lang is there.
the big
I think he's
guy,
the
the
whale,
big
isn't
winged
he?
guy from the
Oh,
first
okay,
movie.
hell yeah, let's go.
Oh, that guy.
Oh, like his horse?
No,
But
the
like not a
whale, the
horse,
water
his flying
thing.
horse.
No, the winged thing. The whale. I mean,
The
the whale's
water,
coming. Yeah,
in the water.
Pycon, the Tolkun is coming
The
back.
winged thing?
How do you know all these names?
I'm just saying words.
I don't know.
I
He
could be
did,
wrong
yeah.
or right.
He's been
Is
to Animal
Avatar
Kingdom.
the least relevant popular IP?
Yes.
Yes.
No one know. I mean, could you name 4 characters in the film other than the 3 we just
Spider?
named?
I
Yeah,
could say Jake.
I couldn't remember
Jake
his
Sully
name.
and
Love
Spider, but I
Spider.
don't know the bad guy's
But
name.
name his kids. You can't.
Sigourney Weaver.
One of them's dead, isn't it?
One of them died.
The dead
One of
one,
them died.
the one that they
The
give
dead
more
brother.
character to because he's not going to
the,
die.
the
Yeah,
dead one.
Sigourney Weaver. Yeah, I don't
and
know.
then others.
But this movie's going to make $2 billion. Like, I don't know what to think of it. Like, is it actually?
It's the only reason I didn't slot it into picture because it's one of those like 3 that I like. No one has an opinion of yet, and like sight unseen, I wasn't willing to throw it in there, for example. So
Yeah. I think it might regress in noms again because I remember I picked it for cinematography for the second one just because it was nom for the first one in that category.
yeah, I think the
So I
first
think-
one won too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it might hopefully has a bad reception and then wipes all 3 of you guys out here, but we'll see.
I just want to know, like, I want there to be some sort of controlled scientific study on how the fuck these things make so much money because no one cares and no one's talking about it. And they like, I feel like they just started marketing it like in the last 3 weeks. Like, how does it make more than The Force Awakens, which had like 18 months of runway hype and like decades of fans and stuff like that? Like, how? I mean, is it international audiences, do you think?
international big time. China loves these movies. I don't know. It's just the spectacle of it, I guess. I think we
Premium format,
Yeah.
IMAX, 3D, like those things cost more money. So like every ticket is like buying 2 tickets to a certain extent. They just did a re-release for Way of Water this past weekend.
Yeah.
They did a re-release of the original Avatar before Way of Water came out. That made like $10 million. Way of Water re-release made like $3 million. Nobody really cared or saw it, and everyone was kind of pissed off that one battle was getting kicked off IMAX screens.
Well,
Like,
that's Taylor
I do
Swift's
think
fault.
Fire and Ash potentially makes less money. And James Cameron seems to have given up.
What would be considered a failure, do you think? Like less than 1.2 billion would be considered a failure?
Well,
Yeah, a
I don't
failure
know.
would be not
Is
hitting
less
$1
than
billion,
1.2
probably,
billion a failure? You know, I don't.
in their eyes. I mean, they got to fund the next one, which will be in 2027 or something. So he's going to make these till he dies.
He's allegedly focused on some other. He wants to be inside of a nuclear bomb for a movie.
Oh yeah, Ghosts of Hiroshima. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. Big Jim.
I don't love it. We move. Best costume design. Jackson, what are you thinking here?
This is where I threw Frankenstein. It's kind of like a period piece, kind of a fantasy piece. Featured Oscar winner. Well, she didn't win, but Kate Hawley, who did it, she's worked on the Suicide Squad, Suicide Squad, which is an Oscar winner, and yeah, just fun.
I put Kiss of the Spider-Woman here. Yeah, this is a remake, but this was a previous Oscar winner for William Hurt. But it's a music. They're musicalifying it, and it's our boy, the really boring director who does musicals, and I've forgotten his name.
Bill Condon, right?
Bill Condon, yeah. Anyway, he's I want to slot J-Lo other places, but I don't think the industry likes her. And I don't think she has a lot of goodwill. We thought she was going to get nominated for Hustlers. That didn't happen. But anyway, the costumes look great. I think it's a big movie musical. So I think that's a big factor of it. And it's Colleen Atwood, who did the costumes, 12-time nominee, 4-time winner.
I don't think that I think this movie is not getting nominated for it. This movie is going to come out this weekend. No one's ever going to think about it again. And in 3 months, we'll be like, what even was that movie?
That's what costume design is for. That's for movies like Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, and you don't hear about it ever again.
Hey, don't disrespect Mrs. Harris. Hey. They're making a sequel.
Are they really? Holy shit.
Yeah, she's got to go somewhere else.
It's the Avatar way of water of octogenarians.
Right. It'll come out in 11 years, but they're making it if she lives long enough. It's her and James Cameron who dies first.
I totally agree that I don't think this movie is going to be relevant at all in the award season.
No, it won't be.
This is a product of the rules of the game for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're all going to have a couple of those, but
I wouldn't pick it if I didn't have to.
Right.
All right. In this category, I am going to go for the classic Kody adage of needing those durable costumes to sing and dance in. I'm taking Wicked for Good. Another movie that we haven't really seen a lot or heard of much from other than just a couple trailers. And of course, the existing production of Wicked. Glenda, Elphaba, they're going to be wearing costumes. They're going to be looking great. Plus, we're going to see a Tin Man. We're going to see a straw man. We're going to see a lion. We're going to see a little Dorothy. And I'm sure all those costumes better be spectacular because everything else will be not great.
I'd be surprised if this didn't show up here. This is a lock.
It definitely a good pick there. I'm going to go for a movie that hasn't been mentioned yet. I'm going to take Hedda, which is the upcoming Nia DaCosta movie starring Tessa Thompson. I watched a little bit of the trailer, and she's kind of dancing around in all these spiffy dresses for the most of it. So
durable dresses?
I would say they're pretty durable. Yeah, she's moving around pretty fast. So
very good.
I think this has a good shot to get a nom here.
I love it.
This was kind of what I want to see nom to pick, and I went with the Phoenician Scheme.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That would be great.
Yeah, a lot of really fun work going on there.
I think every year a Wes Anderson movie has come out that we've played this game, which has been 2 other times. We've selected it all and just been disappointed every single time.
Yeah.
I've stopped picking him. The Academy just shuns him.
No respect. Yeah.
Unless he's making a short film.
Yeah, unless you're making a Roald Dahl short film.
Going back to Hedda, shout out to the Chicago Film Festival, which is upcoming. Nia DaCosta is going to be getting an award there, and they're premiering, doing a showing of this film. So
that's fun.
Shout out Nia, love that.
And 28 Years Later, of course, coming in January as well, directed by her.
Own Temple.
Ooh, I didn't know that actually. That'd be great.
And you love the Marvels too, so
I liked it.
Flurgan.
Best sound.
I'm taking the loudest movie, F1.
Yeah.
Put me down for F1.
Do we all take F1?
I took it.
Hell yeah.
Jeff did not.
Jeff did not.
Okay, well, we'll wait for you, Jeff, but go ahead, Jackson.
I was reading and they built custom F1 cars that could carry like sound equipment and like put mics on the cars and stuff. So it seems pretty cool. Loud as hell. You got to give it to that one.
When you look in the mirror, you see this rough and tumble, old school cowboy. Doesn't take orders, goes his own way, huh? A lone wolf. Well, I've news for you. Formula One is a team sport. It always was. Listen, let's get this straight. We all lose our jobs if you can't pull off a miracle.
No pressure. None.
The only question here is, why did Sonny Hayes come back to F1?
I think it's really wonderful that Apex are giving second chances to the elderly.
It's all right. You're just worried I'm quicker than you.
making a mistake, thinking that I'm just gonna be some grateful kid who'll bend the knee to an old timer.
I never should have pulled you into this.
Down the inside, contact!
That's the other driver. You say he was old. He not that old. That's a handsome man right there.
What's he doing? Plan C, be ready.
Just gotta hope for some lucky breaks. Hope it's not a strategy.
Anything else, Professor?
Drive fast.
Ever seen a miracle?
Not yet. How do you think I'd feel if you die on the track?
3 laps. 3 laps is a lifetime.
I actually haven't seen it, so shout out to that. But I mean, come on, it's Vroom and Cars. Just the sound. I mean, I'm a big Indy 500 guy, so I kind of know the sound of similar-ish cars. And I mean, on screen, it's got to be electric. So seems like an easy pick.
I agree. It's loud. Cars go fast. Boom. Top Gun Maverick, but with F1.
That's my rule.
Jeff, what did you take?
Car go fast.
This is where I put Wicked.
Nice.
The first one was nommed here.
Mhm.
And I'm sure the second one will be just as good. So
Always
I'll
a good
say.
bet. Slide in musical and sound. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sound mixing, all that good stuff.
All right. Best visual effects. Carter, what are you taking?
Here's where I put Superman.
Me too.
I didn't want to fight between my Marvel movies. I've done that. I think I did that 2 years in a row, and I got shafted every time and picked the wrong one, or they just didn't nominate one. So I'm just going to go with the DC one, the only DC Studios one. And yeah, I just liked the way it looked. I mean, we talked about it. Korbin came on the pod when we talked about Superman. So yeah, I thought it looked great.
Superman.
Miss Lane.
Recently, you've come under a lot of fire for
I
what
know,
some
it's a
might.
lot of
it's
fire,
it's a
but-
lot. Today, the Secretary of Defense said he was going to look into your actions. That's funny.
My actions? I stopped a war.
Maybe.
Not maybe. I did.
In effect, you illegally entered a country.
This is how you're gonna be?
I'm not the one being interviewed, Superman. Did you consult with the president?
No.
You seemingly acting as a representative of
I
the
wasn't
United States will
representing
cause
anybody
more
except for me.
problems around the world.
And doing good.
I would question myself in the same situation and consider the consequences.
People were going to die. Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Your choices, your actions. That's what makes you who you are.
Superman. He's not a man. He's an it. He's somehow become the focal point of the entire world's conversation. I will not accept that.
I cleaned your boots. I'll go get them for you.
You have a dog?
Yeah, just with crypto alone, I think it deserves the nom. Pretty fun.
True. That dog.
They made that dog look like it was a white dog instead of James Gunn dog. That's amazing. Nepotism.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I also took Superman here. I agree. Like the Marvel fighting game, and plus just like, I mean, it's a weird year for comic book movies and the future of them as a whole. But Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts, I could see just both easily missing out on this, and there be, you know, other random things that just get in that are much smaller.
Are you forgetting about Brave New World, Korbin?
I am forgetting about that. I guess there was a Red Hulk, and he was president, so
and it looked horrible.
Cody, you going somewhere else?
Yeah. I will say off the bat too, I think Fantastic Four actually looks better than Superman personally. So interesting pick from you guys. But I'm gonna go with Avatar 3 here. Obviously, I assume Jeff is doing the same. I mean, this is the lock of the century in my eyes.
Yeah, that's your winner. Yeah.
Yeah. How could I not pick it?
It is kind of the whole point, I guess. Best editing. Jeff, what are you gonna take here?
I have Warfare.
Nice.
A recent watch for you, right?
Yeah, recently watched that. Really liked it. Really tense. Some good trickery that they do, like post explosions and stuff to make you feel like you're in the movie.
Great sound editing too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say definitely would be like deserving of the sound category. I mean, I think that's something that even like in Civil War, I think we talked about it last year with Civil War of like, I don't love Warfare in terms of just like what that movie is and what it's about, but it puts you in the action of you are there in the movie.
So
effective. And that's all through the editing and the sound design.
This is where I'm throwing House of Dynamite. It looked pretty cool. Seems pretty tense. You need some good editing there. And Kirk Baxter who worked on The Social Network, is on this one. So it seemed like a good call.
I did the same thing, Jax. The trailer and everything I hear about it is just, you know, kind of split-second editing.
I always thought just being ready is the point. It keeps the villain in check. Keeps the world straight. They see how prepared we are. No one starts a nuclear war.
Approximately 3 minutes ago, we detected an ICBM over the Pacific. Current flight trajectory is consistent with impact somewhere in the continental United States.
Have we seen DEFCON 2 before? No.
Is this real?
Stratcom is asking for launch instructions right now.
I'm gonna need you to breathe.
We are talking about hitting a bullet with a bullet.
So it's a fucking coin toss? That's what $50 billion buys us?
Get in the car and just start driving.
If we do not take steps to neutralize our enemies now, we will lose our window to do so.
If we get this wrong, none of us are going to be alive tomorrow.
There is no plan B.
We did everything right? We did every fucking thing right.
None of this makes sense. Making all these bombs and all these plans. The walls are just ready to blow.
Kirk Baxter's been Fincher's guy, 3-time nominated with him. Just feels like a kind of a powder keg movie, crisis movie. It's kind of veering from what I usually like to do in editing, which is just pick a best picture contender and slot it in. But the margins were so thin, I had to use them elsewhere. So I thought this one might have the shot of getting in there. But there's a ton of Netflix movies here in competition. So it just will depend on what they choose to market hard or not. There's at least 4 or 5 that are competing in a lot of these categories. So yeah, I went with House of Dynamite as well. Catherine Bigelow, baby.
Netflix had that thing, you know, where for a few years where they had like their 1 or 2 movies that they were putting a ton of money behind and were like going to be the contenders. And now it's like 4 or 5 movies that are kind of just like mid-tier contenders. None of them feel like they actually have a real chance. Like when we start to get down to the rest of these with your Frankensteins, your House of Dynamites, and like Jake Kelly, which we haven't mentioned yet.
Yeah. Totally agree.
All right. I picked in this category Marty Supreme, which is a first appearance of this. I think it's a pretty long movie. I think it's over 2.5 hours, and the initial reviews is just that it just flies by. Edited by Josh Safdie and Ronald, whatever the hell his name is. They were apparently editing up until like 2 a.m. the day before the premiere. But this is just supposed to be like an electric sports movie. Timmy can kind of bring that premiere kind of Oscar-worthy potential to the movie and get at the technical areas. I think it'll probably pop up in a lot of places, and editing will be one of them.
Agreed.
This is actually where I stuck one battle after another.
Nice.
Shout out PTA. Obviously, I think this category is a precursor to kind of best picture contenders. So kind of just wanted to play it safe and put one that I think will, get a ton of noms. Kind of like you said, similar to Korbin, like I feel like this is kind of a long movie that doesn't feel that long. So I think the edit is really effective from that standpoint as well. And I mean, even like the opening, 45 to an hour, I think is almost, perfection. So should get a nom.
Yeah, we've heard that about Marty Supreme. We know that about One Battle After Another. Like,
Yes.
having watched it, like it does not feel its runtime whatsoever. It's very propulsive.
I want to go see it again. I've been thinking about it.
I could see this movie setting the record for most noms. Like in a top heavy year, it's like it's such a home run, like technically and from a critical perspective. Like the performances are great, the cinematography is great, the sound is great, the score is great, like everything, even the casting nom. Like you could give it for that.
Yeah, like double noms for supporting too.
Yeah,
for sure.
like it is so good.
Yeah, I think it should win the casting nom, and I think I don't know, out of the acting performances, I think there's at least two Oscars I would give out there between Leo, Chase Infinity, Tiana Taylor,
the acting.
Sean
That's
Penn.
the problem. It's
Sean Penn.
like I don't know if they do double nom like a Benicio and a Sean Penn, or if they do double nom a Chase Infinity and a Tiana Taylor.
Yeah.
It's hard to say, but
somebody's gonna get robbed. But
Jim Downey should be nominated. Seaman Demon.
Thanks for listening to the episode. You can follow the rest of our happenings over here at Kody and Korbin Have a Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at KHAP Podcasts, KHAPODCAST. Please follow us on Spotify, give us a rating, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow along for more.
Best original score. We're getting into the halfway point here, getting really down to it.
This is where I put Wicked for Good. It was nom last year. I feel like score is super difficult to guess as well on these. So hopefully, I mean, the music's going to be great, I would hope. So yeah, hoping for a nom here.
Hopefully it's eligible, right?
Well, I still don't understand how it was eligible last year.
I if you sat me down and explained the rules, I still wouldn't understand. So I think it'll be fine.
Hopefully it's the same rules as last year, but
the Dune rules won't apply because it's not like it's reusing music from the first movie.
Sure.
But obviously it is pre-existing music from a musical.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Who knows?
But there's the music and then there is score. Like there is a difference between there's other music that happens in the film as well.
Best adapted original score. Best adapted score.
New category unlocked. There's 2 new songs apparently that weren't in the original production. So who knows? There'll be some motifs there.
This is probably a Hail Mary, but again, I think the 5 that I would have gone with are just going to be taken. I'm going Tron Ares.
Let's go. 9 Inch Nails, baby.
Nice.
Yep. The music trailer rips. I really enjoyed the score on the first one, or I guess the first of the new ones, which wasn't nommed, but should have been. So we'll see. We'll see if Jared Leto kills this one in the water or if it's rips. So we'll see.
You have sex with enough AI to get this over the hurdle. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a crazy headline.
That was a fake article, but it did.
Fake.
Oh, okay.
but it was highly believable.
I think it did happen.
It makes sense.
Like it's one of those things where they just wrote the truth and we don't have a source.
And they're like,
the 9 Inch Nails thing, it is a little bit of a marketing ploy. Like they were already signed on to do the movie, and then some executive was like, "Hey, would you guys mind if we said this was 9 Inch Nails?" Because Daft Punk obviously has such an iconic score, like you said, for Legacy. But they write incredible music scores, and they have been heavily nominated. So I'm excited. That's the one thing that excites me about this movie is the score.
This is where I threw Sinners. Just Ludwig Göransson back at it. Maybe a back-to-back year. Who knows? Yeah, really strong. Really essential to the plot.
Yeah, it's a lock to be nommed. There's just no way it doesn't. It's so good.
I had to first check to see that John Williams didn't have a movie. He doesn't. So I also went with Sinners.
Hell
This is where I'm pulling my Sinners card. That score just like levitates you off the ground. So yeah, I put it here.
Yeah, and like Jackson said, super pivotal to the actual text of the film as well.
Absolutely.
I'm going to take one battle after another. We were just talking about it. I think the score plays a big role in
Super
making
great.
it feel so propulsive. That trust device melody, I love so much. Like, I just cannot get that out of my head. It's thematic and it's beautiful. And I like this movie a lot. Apparently, Johnny Greenwood, not going to take his views on anything in, the global space, but he can make good music. That's what I'll say.
Big Radiohead fan.
Sure. Best original song, the category that we have never done before. Carter, you did allude that there's going to be some wicked songs, but nobody took that here. What did you take?
I went with the song that I hear on the radio all the time and still haven't seen the movie, but I'm going K-pop Demon Hunters. I'm going Golden.
Me too.
I have not seen this movie yet. Lauren said she does want to watch it, so we're going to watch it strictly because we feel out of the loop and not having seen it yet. K-pop's not really my thing, but like this song is everywhere. So I think if the Oscars want anyone to watch, they will definitely be performing this song.
I was a ghost, I was alone. Given the throne, I didn't know how to believe I was the queen that I'm meant to be. I lived two lives, tried to play both sides, but I couldn't find my own place. Caught a problem child, cause I got too wild, but now that's how I'm getting paid. Could I see on stage? I'm done hiding, now I'm shining like I'm born to be. We dreaming hard, we came so far, now I believe. We're going up, it's our moment. You know together we're glowing. Gonna be golden. Up with our voices. Going to get you so often. Gonna be golden.
I think we all picked it then. Every
All
single
right.
one of us. Has anybody seen the movie?
Nope.
Definitely not.
Apparently it's good though.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. It is K-pop and they hunt demons.
What I originally had it slotted in a later for the best animated, just straight up, but I wanted it here.
It's unfortunate. We were all thinking the same thing, so it'll just come out as a wash. The one thing I'll say about this movie, it is kind of like the case for how streaming can be a good thing and how it can it works better for some movies. Because if this movie had come out in theaters originally, probably nobody would have really seen it, or a very small audience would have seen it, and then would have just disappeared. But because Sony sold this to Netflix, and it kind of just had this chance to live on the platform for a really long time and grow and get this word of mouth following, it then came to the point where they released it in theaters because it was so popular. Streaming is mostly bad, but I think there is like a place where some things can thrive like this, more niche subject matters. And hey, I'll log into Netflix and watch this at some point between now and March.
We'll get there.
We will. Best cinematography.
Here's where I put Frankenstein. I just love the look of Guillermo movies. The Academy does. His last two live action movies he got nominated for, his cinematographer did. Aside from Pinocchio, which, didn't get nominated. But Guillermo's guy's back for this one, who did Shape of Water and Nightmare Alley. And it looks cool.
My maker told his tale. And I will tell you mine. I remember pieces. memories of different men. And I saw it. Your name. Victor Frankenstein. My creator. I demand a single grace from you. If you are not to award me love, then I will indulge in rage. Now, run.
I also picked Frankenstein. I think in my head, overall, I'm like discounting this movie, but I think it's going to probably do well because the Oscars do love Guillermo.
They do love Guillermo. And I wonder if it will be the Netflix.
The people love him too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
The people minus Korbin.
I didn't love that fish. I wasn't in love with it, but I guess that's
I didn't either. There were better movies.
Hey man, don't insult Doug Jones' Ball State alone. We don't do that here. That's messed up.
Chirp, chirp, chirp.
My Silver Surfer.
Yeah, so I took another movie that has been mentioned. I'm going to take Train Dreams, which is a Netflix movie. Yeah, the trailer I watched, like visually, it actually looks really, really awesome. So I was surprised by that. Joel Edgerton, Felicity Jones, the cast is good. I wanted to put one bad after another here, but after seeing this trailer, it convinced me. So we'll throw a grenade and say Train Dreams.
Sundance, I think, premiere. And
it's the same people who made the Coleman Domingo Sing Sing last year.
Yep.
Yeah. Whereas they're a pair, so one of them directed Sing Sing, and now the other one is directing this film, Clint Bentley and Greg Cuidar, but they both wrote both of them. So
this is where I slotted F1.
Nice.
I considered that.
You could basically take Jackson's line. They built into the car to put cameras, not just the sound recording devices.
Yeah.
There's fucking cameras on the
It's
car.
the exact same Top Gun Maverick argument.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went with Kody here and did Train Dreams also. It does just look really great. And it felt like one where maybe like one of the extra movies could slip in and not be one of the main 5. And yeah, it just looks real pretty, and it looks like it's coming to Netflix in November, so be on the lookout.
Cinematography, I feel like last year was the most artsy category, or like the category that did have the most difference. You had like your Marias that didn't get love otherwhere. Nosferatu, I think, got a nomination as well. I think, a Train Dreams could definitely slot in here. Best animated. Nobody took K-pop Demon Hunters. What are we taking, Kody?
I would assume at least one other person took this. I'm taking Zootopia 2. It's
Zootopia,
sequel.
baby.
Sequel season. We're back. Judy Hopps, the whole crew.
Judy Hopps, baby.
Let me ask you something. Do you think we're a good team?
Of course. I just wish I knew what we had to do to prove it to everyone else. We check the perimeter, snoop a little, we find nothing, we bail.
No snake has set foot in Zootopia in forever.
There's a snake! Stop in the name of the law!
Snakes aren't the bad guys. I have to set things right. And when I do, my family will finally be able to come home.
Woo! Hops and Wiles. Dream team.
On the ground!
Help me save them!
I would like to call a partner meeting. I want the fox and that rabbit. Do you know how many mayors they've already destroyed?
1, 2. I got up to 2.
All right, Carrots, any idea where you want to start?
Yeah! If you want to find you a reptile, I am your gal. Breathe it in. Woo! Zootopia has a secret reptile population. Just let me handle the locals.
Hey, bub.
Hey, bub.
Hey, bub.
Hey, bub. Hey, bub, bub.
Hey, bub. Bubby, bub.
Hey, bub. Hey, bub. Hey, ho.
Hey, bub, bub. Seen a snake?
Nope.
Wait, cannonball! Baby, keep the music playing. Come on, get on up. We're wild and we can't be tamed.
I got eyes on them. In pursuit.
We have to solve their case.
It's not worth dying for. Judy!
Nick!
Good luck! I love you!
When you two save the city, maybe everyone will see reptiles ain't that different.
Should be solid, I think. And I mean, there's not a ton of animated to choose from this year either. I was thinking Elio, but I haven't seen it yet, so probably would want to do that before picking it. And this just seems like it's going to be a big box office hit. So regardless if it's great or just good, I think it'll get nommed.
I think Elio got shafted. I think that movie just kind of came and went, and it is a perfectly lovely movie. But there's no buzz around it. I mean, it might get nominated. I think it's like on the outside looking in, but I think Disney will put their weight behind Zootopia.
Jackson, you're the animation guy. What's up with animation this year? What's going on?
The animation and the documentary guy, apparently.
Jack of all trades.
Not much.
What about animated documentaries? What can you tell me?
Flea?
Flea is one. Yeah, that's all I got.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, as far as Zootopia 2, or Tootopia, as I just dubbed, this feels like the safer choice with the Disney picks. And then other than that, it looks like K-pop Demon Hunters is maybe going to get a nom. A lot of stuff that doesn't seem like the traditional studio picks or Oscar picks, for that matter.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to list some animated movies that have come out this year. The Smurfs, Dogman, Elio, K-pop Demon Hunters. You've got Demon Slayer.
Sure.
Neja 2. Is that going to get an Oscar nomination?
Still didn't see it.
The Bad Guys 2.
Nah.
Yeah,
Fixed.
DreamWorks doesn't have a hat in the ring.
No.
The ring. Yeah, so that's tough.
King of Kings, the Angel
Twits?
Studios movie about Jesus.
Hell yeah. The Twits is coming.
There's a SpongeBob movie coming out.
No. It's a weak year, at least for like American releases. Maybe like Neja 2 will get something.
SpongeBob would be great
Cool.
for my fantasy league. How about but I'm not sure
be
that's
huge.
happening. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately for Cody, Sneaks is not getting any nomination.
Yeah, that wasn't it.
It'll be robbed.
If Zootopia 2 is bad, then
We're
I don't know
cooked.
what's going to happen in this category.
It's K-pop Demon Hunters all the way. It's gotta be.
But I'm glad we all picked it. So
Yeah.
we're all in this together. Best screenplay, the real big ones here now.
This is where I went House of Dynamite.
Nice.
Yeah, partially just virtue of, again, just needing something here, but I think it's got a strong chance.
How do we feel about political movies? Like, can we watch like a movie like this that's set with a president and like a secretary of state who are like seemingly good leaders and solving problems and like dealing with it? Like, I don't know. It's just, I struggle with stuff like that now. What is Catherine Bigelow's take on fictional White House?
It just makes me want to watch The West Wing.
Yeah.
Is kind of where I stand on any political movie nowadays, unfortunately.
One battle after another was hella political though, and
Right.
in the opposite direction,
Yeah.
and really well received.
Movies about government, movies about politics, like actual
Sure.
like movies about the political systems. Like this is a movie set inside the White House, essentially. I don't know. I watch movies sometimes and I see like presidents in films and I'm like, well, this isn't what presidents look like. or
President
world leaders
Thunderbolt
look like.
Ross. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I think the cool
I don't
thing
know.
about this movie is like it looks ultra realistic, but it puts us in like the worst situation possible, I think, with, a nuclear strike incoming. So I think it'll be maybe less focused on the politics and more just like on the characters and their reactions to it. But I think you're right. To make something that realistic in that setting, during these times is pretty difficult, I feel like.
If it's anything like September 5th last year, which was just like, knee jerk in the moment, like trying to solve a crisis situation, I could see the House of Dynamite kind of filling that slot.
And Catherine Bigelow, she's back.
Point Break.
I put, is this thing on? Because Bradley Cooper really wants that Oscar. He's gonna get it one way or another. Maybe it's as a co-writer. And that would mean Will Arnett gets an Oscar, and I think that'd be super sick. So
that's me.
Well, you better head down there then.
Where?
Just straight behind you, down the stairs.
Hey,
what up, man?
How you doing?
You see the light? Just get off, right?
Straight women's experiences.
There you go.
Like,
just talk to him. Have fun.
Tell a joke.
I think I'm getting a divorce. What tipped me off was that I'm living in an apartment on my own. Yeah. And my wife and kids don't live there. That was probably the biggest clue. Not exactly sure what happened. Came home from work one day. Someone said, "Is this thing over?" Pretty sure it was her. Probably should have paid attention. That's what she meant about not paying attention.
A real relationship is finding somebody you can also be unhappy with. Somebody who has your back. You stopped having each other's backs.
So what, you tell jokes?
Well, I mean, I try. It's more like kind of funny stories from my life. And
Oh, honey, I had no idea your life was this bad.
Yeah, what's funny about your life?
This is why she
was
threw
funny.
you out! Are you gonna be okay?
I'm gonna be okay. I'll be okay.
Does he want the Oscar so bad that he's made a really bad movie to prove that he doesn't want it? I think that's the narrative I'm going.
That's a big brain play.
Oh, wow. That's really meta.
He's making like a dumb, stupid comedy movie that's not going to get any love. And they're like, I don't really care. And then he's going to come back with Maestro 2 next year. And
Maybe.
he's going to wear a bigger
knows?
nose.
Who's to say?
What if we wear a bigger nose? Carter, what are you taking here?
I slotted in Sentimental Value here for best screenplay, original screenplay. Joachim Trier got that nom for worst person in the world a couple of years ago. Seems like a lot of the team is returning for that, including the star. And yeah, this is one that's kind of been in the waters since, was it Cannes or Venice? I think it was Cannes, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I think so.
I think it can movie. Yeah, another neon, right?
Yeah. So yeah, by all accounts, I think this is definitely a big player this year. And it's an original screenplay. So yeah, I put it here.
I really love Worst Person in the World. I'm very excited to see this movie.
Same.
Also, it seems like it's kind of like a movie about making movies that are a little bit, like Stellan Skarsgård is playing a director and he's trying to put together a production. So that'll be interesting to see. For me, I took Weapons here. I don't think this is going to get
I hope
anywhere.
so, though.
But in my head, if it's going to get a nomination anywhere, this is probably the most likely spot it could slide in. I really love this movie. It'd be cool to see it. Realistically, I think Warner Brothers is much more focused on Sinners and One Battle After Another than this.
Yeah, that's a really interesting pick. I hadn't considered Weapons. I'm gonna slot It Was Just an Accident in screenplay here. Palme d'Or winner, another international flick, but I think, like you said, international will get kind of a lot of noms in big categories this year, and this is really banking on that because I think this could potentially be the international winner. So hopefully it's really great, and it's Palme d'Or, so it better be damn good.
This is our first round where everyone had something different. That's the make or break category.
Shout
right
out,
there.
yeah. It's gonna come down to the screenplay, I guess.
The writing, man. The writing is on the wall. Best adapted screenplay. We'll stick with you, Kody. What are you taking?
Yeah, this is where I put No Other Choice.
Nice.
I haven't seen any of his movies, unfortunately, but I do want to see Old Boy before I see this new one. So, good director. This was a little bit harder one too. I was in between this and Springsteen for sure. For a long time, I went back and forth. But yeah, we'll ride with it.
Are we concerned at all with the SAG stuff of Park Chan-wook that came out earlier?
Yeah, the WGA. He was expelled
Or
from the
WGA.
WGA. I am a little concerned. but also it kind of seemed like that was bullshit, like what happened with him. So
It did seem bullshit, but yeah.
I don't know.
What happened?
Basically, it was that he was just like editing on his TV series that he was also the writer of
during the strike.
I don't know. It was the strike, so really probably shouldn't have been working at all. But he was under contracts, and when you're the director, writer, editor, the directors weren't on strike, so
yeah,
I don't know.
Weird situation.
Sure.
But it could cost him in the writing category at the very least. Like the people who are going to be nominating him are going to be mostly WGA members. So there is a world where if he's seen as a scab, I don't know. Jeff, what are you taking?
This is where I slotted Wake Up Dead Man.
Good call.
Yeah, I know Glass Onion was nommed. I think Knives Out or that would have been Best Original, but for Best Adapted, Knives Out or Glass Onion was nommed, and this one seems to be just as good, if not better, from early reviews. So
those movies' only nominations are just for adapted screenplay or screenplay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the weird thing where it's adapted from itself.
Yeah, that's classic bullshit. But
so stupid.
An Oscar's an Oscar.
It's even dumber because like this is just one character that really is. It's not even like the story is continuing necessarily. Like it is an entirely different thing. So
yeah,
I wish Ana de Armas was in every single one, but
me too. Maybe she'll make a cameo.
Jackson, what are you taking?
I did no other choice here. It was adapted from a book called The Axe, which sounded really cool. It's about an unemployed man desperate to land a coveted position, hatches a ruthless plan to dispatch his competition. So pretty cool.
Off with their heads.
Mm-hmm.
Here's kind of my stab in the dark, but not really. It's in the conversation. I went with Begonia here. Yorgos, Emma Stone. This is Will Tracy, Succession writer. So I'm excited to kind of see his step into. He did Mountainhead, which was the HBO movie with Jesse Armstrong and the Succession crew. Didn't love it. It was fine. It's like Succession light. But I'm hoping this is definitely a really interesting material that they're adapting and turning into. The trailer looks fun. And I had this other places, but this is where I ended up putting it when I had to shift some things around. So yeah, I'm excited for Begonia after being kind of disappointed with, I'm already forgetting what came out last year.
Kinds of Kindness?
Kinds of Kindness.
Yes.
The anthology.
Yeah. Not my favorite.
I agree. Not his best.
Yeah, I don't know. I really liked it, but I think it was weird. It's weird, Yorgos.
That's all of his
something
movies.
Mina brought up to me. It's like if you started watching his movies with Poor Things and then you saw Kinds of Kindness, you were probably in for a little bit of a shock.
You go watch Dogtooth and then get back to me. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Stay if you've been here since The Lobster and all that, then you know what's up. But I am excited for this movie, and it's adapted from a South Korean film called Save the Green Planet, I believe. Maybe Kody and I will do a little talk on that. We'll preview for a future episode. And then for me, in this category, I selected Hamnet, which is adapted from a book. This to me is like, having not seen it, is almost like the number 2 in the race behind A One Battle After Another. It seems like it's kind of like the indie art house favorite. And of course, Chloe Zhao, she has her, a couple Oscar wins under her belt herself, coming back from the Eternals, now ready to do something more serious. A lot of praise across the board, and apparently a real tearjerker. I'm excited to see it.
More serious than Kingo? He's an Eternals character, if you didn't know.
Nothing's more serious than Kingo.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
Yeah, he's Kumail Nanjiani, and he's signed on for 8 more movies. He's going to be in a bunch of them.
Can you name, just like Avatar, can you name 4 other Eternals? Sprite, there's one.
Barry Keoghan.
Icarus, because he flew to Icarus to the sun.
Oh, with a K, yeah.
Fastos.
Harry Styles.
Harry Styles.
He's there. Eternals confirmed, bigger franchise than
Makari.
Makari, there you go.
She's fast.
Patton Oswalt.
I was going to say Danny DeVito, but yeah, it is Patton Oswalt. I couldn't remember who it was.
We would have seen him again if it was Danny, but unfortunate. All right, best director.
PTA. This is where I pulled my One Battle After Another card.
Is he going to win?
Yeah, does he get a dub?
It's gotta be time.
I would hope so.
Gotta be time.
He's winning.
I also have him here, Korbin.
This is his 10th movie. Can you imagine if he was just like, hey, I'm gonna stop making movies at 10? That'd be crazy, right?
That'd be pretty lame.
Yeah. Be the perfect one to end on.
Only losers do that.
Unlike
Tarantino catching strays.
Tarantino wishing that Once Upon a Time was his 10th.
Just wants it so bad.
Yeah.
So bad that he's letting David Fincher make a fucking sequel to it. Man's insane.
So dumb.
But he's happy in his Tel Aviv mansion or whatever the hell he's doing.
Yikes.
Jackson, what are you picking here for best director?
This is PTA for me also. Just felt like director can be so weird because like Chloe Zhao feels like a safe bet, but sometimes they do weird snubs and leave outs, and PTA just felt like the most solid out of all the possible directors.
I could sit in the theater and watch the shot of going down the road for the rest of my life.
So great. Yeah,
So-
I love that shot.
So I'm ready.
Rise and shine.
Bat an eyelash.
Good morning.
There are no hands on the clock
Why?
because they're not needed.
What time is it?
Fuck. You know, I don't remember that part. All right, let's just not nitpick over the passwords. This is Bob Ferguson. I was a part of the French 75.
Bitch, I felt like Tony Montana!
Steve Lockjaw just attacked my home. And I cannot remember, for the life of my only child, the answer to your question.
Maybe you should have studied the rebellion text a little harder.
I need to find my daughter.
Well, then call us back when you have the time.
Did you just...
You know, you are so unsuitable for my daughter. My child comes from a whole line of revolutionaries. And you look so lost. What are you gonna do about this baby?
You know what freedom is? What? No fear. Go.
Fucking World War III out there!
Not one thing, it's another. Find that to be true.
I need you, brother. Please, Sensei, please.
Courage, Bob. Courage.
That's it. Courage. Yeah. Thank you. Hey, thank you, Sensei. Thank you, Sensei. Thank you. God damn it! Viva la revolution!
Kody, you gonna be different? You have to be, right?
Well, I have to be. I already picked it. I'm going to go with what you just picked, Korbin, and pick Hamnet. Chloe Zhao, like we were saying. I think that's another hopefully fairly safe pick, being a past winner. And yeah, I mean, like you had said, the buzz on Hamnet is insane, kind of that I had seen. So I think I could have picked this in most categories and been feeling pretty good about it. But yeah, I think Chloe's getting another nom for sure.
I think there's 3 locks for this category. I think it's PTA, Ryan Coogler, and Chloe Zhao. And then the last 2 slots are a lot of question marks. I obviously cannot use any of those 3 people because I've already used all 3 of those movies. So I'm going to pull the House of Dynamite card here and take Catherine Bigelow, again, going with a former winner. It would be it would be Oscar-like history to have 2 women nominated in this category, especially 2 women who have previously won the award. Mm-hmm. Just based on that fact, it's probably unlikely to happen because are the Oscars going to do that? I don't know.
It's a good pick. I thought about putting her there as well.
It's probably just going to be Guillermo del Toro, like 2 times. They're just going to nominate him twice and say, who cares? Best supporting actor.
Yeah, this is my boy Stellan's category, I think, this year.
Nice.
For sentimental value, which we've talked about a little bit already. But yeah, I watched the trailer for this one and it had me tearing up, if I'm being honest. Deals with like tough childhood divorce, it looks like, which is a great subject. And then, yeah, the other main lead as well. Renata Renzvi, or however you say her name, she's awesome as well. So I think them bouncing off each other could be a couple dubs, low-key. And I'm just really excited to see this movie.
Not where I thought you were going, Kody.
I didn't think so either.
Mixing it up.
It's just a surprise.
I might be going the way you thought Kody would go. I'm going Adam Sandler for Jay Kelly.
Oh yeah.
It was hard not to pick.
I'm going
that my guy, and I was like, come on now.
Stellan was my most underrated actor, so shout out. But yeah, the Sandman looks awesome. I just don't know. I don't have confidence in this movie to get a ton of noms, but I'm pumped for it.
Jeff, first appearance of Jay Kelly. You're obviously hoping this is more Marriage Story than it is White Noise.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that he came real close with Uncut Gems, and to kind of get him over the hump there would be super awesome.
After his bit last year at the ceremony, I think we're locked in. He's finally ready.
I think the subject matter helps too. I think Uncut Gems was a really out there, batshit, uncomfortable subject matter, anxiety movie with just a loaded year, also of 2019, obviously. I think this will help. It's a movie about actors and the industry and agents, and Noah Baumbach's writing it. And so yeah, I also went with The Sandman here.
I took it as well. Jackson, did you go a different direction?
I took Sandler also.
I don't want to be here anymore, Jerry. I want to leave the party.
Jay Kelly, so handsome. Look at you. You're the American dream. The last of the old movie stars.
I'm down here.
You're up there, you're down here, you're in here. We did this together.
See you, Dad. I'm leaving on Saturday for Paris.
This is your last summer. It'll be so lonely here without you.
No, it won't. You're never alone.
Really? I think I'm always alone. Thanks a lot. Thinking about her leaving, I feel like I missed it.
We need you now. Jay's having a nervous breakdown. It's bad. It's really, really bad.
Jay, where are we going?
Meg, where are we going?
France.
France.
France?
Stars,
Is it Jay Kelly?
they come and go. They come fast, they come slow.
When I look at you, I see my whole life.
They go like the last light of the sun.
I don't know who to be mad at, but I'm finding myself being very mad at you, Ron.
Be mad at me, Liz. The train was my idea.
That's the problem. I'm not allowed to be mad at you.
All you see is glory.
Lately, I feel like my life doesn't really feel real. Suddenly remembering things. And what is that?
Memory?
That's like a movie where I'm playing myself. I just want you to come with me to see what I did. It's got to have meant something.
What if it didn't?
Does none of this mean anything to you? Because it means something to me. I mean, you're Jay Kelly, but I'm Jay Kelly too.
That's a crazy thing. Everything you thought you were isn't true. And cut. Can we go again? Really? I'd like another one. All my memories are movies.
That's what movies are for us. Pieces of time.
Pieces of time.
What a betrayal, Kody. That's insane.
I do feel bad not picking it, but that could win me the game right there, low-key.
Skarsgård will get nominated for sure. So I think you're also cooking.
I mean, Sandler. If Sandler doesn't get nommed, I'll be pretty mad. But he deserves it, especially
you're emotionally hedging. If he doesn't get nommed, at least got a point above us all.
You're happy no matter what. Win-win. I think we always say these supporting categories are really tough because like they can pick some like random 90-year-old guy that is old as shit and they want to nominate, and there some random kid will get nominated. Like I don't know. Or
they can tell you that it's actually a lead performance and not a supporting performance, which has happened to me in the past in this game.
We might get to some of that in this conversation. We'll see. Best supporting actress though.
I'm running it back. Ariana Grande, Wicked for Good. I just think it'll happen again. I think it's kind of the first movie we nominated you, and then it'll be like, okay, this could be the moment. I don't think she's going to win, but I think she's favored in a lot of the races right now. Again, sight unseen. Yeah. And then there's other instances with the best supporting actress area where we might get into it right here, but I feel like there's going to be some vote splitting in certain movies and supporting performances. So I didn't want to just risk that. So I went with Ari.
Yeah, the one battle problem is a dangerous game to play for sure.
If you have Ariana Grande and K-pop Demon Hunters, man.
That's how you get people to watch the show. The takes. Kody, what are you taking here?
Yeah, this is where I'm putting Smashing Machine. I think Emily Blunt was pretty dang good in this movie. You know, she's got a lot to do. I think this movie is more than anything like a little bit Oscar baity. But I think like the performances are what stands out for me for sure. And her specifically, I mean, it does kind of focus on their relationship more than I even thought it would. More than I thought it would, but I think that's kind of what made the movie even a little bit better for me was that focus on these characters and just kind of showing how crazy both of them are. So she's definitely acting a lot, and yeah, hopefully she sneaks in.
It's definitely flashy for sure.
Yeah, she got nominated for like the more reserved or the much more reserved version of this performance in Oppenheimer.
She was really good, great in Oppenheimer too. Yeah,
and this is the same like wife of guy who wants to destroy things. I mean, same thing, right?
Tough role.
Good parallels.
Nice.
Jeff, what are you taking here?
This is like a game time decision, but I'm going to stick with my original choice. I'm going to go Amy Madigan for Weapons.
I slotted this one in and out, Jeff, a lot.
I'd love it to happen.
Yeah.
I think this is the strongest chance for Weapons or like hair and makeup maybe, but specifically because of her.
It would be such a fun nom.
Field of Dreams, great movie too.
True.
True.
I think I'm going with what Carter was hinting at with some of the splitting. I'm going Elle Fanning for sentimental value.
I'm nervous about it.
I just really, the Academy likes her. She got nommed last year. Yeah, I don't know. It feels right.
You're thinking of Monica Barbaro got nominated, not Elle.
Oh, you're right. Well, hey, now
first time.
This is here.
They'll give it to her instead. I was thinking of her being on stage presenting for she presented something for, maybe it was for that, but you know, I like her. We'll see what happens.
I do like her. Predator Badlands bump, help her out.
Yeah, I was gonna say that all that
dual
hanging
role
onto the back of a Predator is gonna get her a lot of love in the industry. For me, I'm gonna take a movie that I had never heard of. This category is a complete wash. Song Sung Blue, Kate Hudson.
Yeah.
Which is apparently coming out of Christmas. It's a Neil Diamond related movie.
Hugh Jackman,
Hugh Jackman in the lead of it. I don't know, man. This category, if I miss, I miss.
It's a weird one. Yeah, they're in a Neil Diamond cover band, I believe.
Yes, that's what it is.
And Hugh's got some great hair.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a songwriter. I'm not a sex symbol. I just want to entertain people.
I don't want to be a hairdresser. I want to sing. I want to dance. I want to garden. I want a cat.
I need something big. I need something new. What do you think?
You don't want to be a Neil Diamond impersonator. You want to be a Neil Diamond interpreter.
I was looking for the right way to say it, and you just came right out and said it. Tell your mama, girl, we can't stay long. We should call ourselves Lightning and Thunder. We got things we gotta catch up on.
So you be lightning and I be thunder.
Yeah. You.
That is not very professional of me, but I've been wanting to do it for like a whole.
You really have to call him Lightning? It's kind of weird.
He makes.
Okay.
My dad in Vietnam, sometimes he'd have to crawl over dead bodies. So yeah, he used to drink.
I could really use for you to tell me I'm doing the right thing.
I think you are.
Oh, I was scared you were gonna hit your head. Bad things happen over and over, and I just want to sing and I want to shine.
Say, can't pay you anything right now, that's all.
Came in for you, brother. I wouldn't go any shorter than this. I wanted to ripple and wave when the wind blows my shirt.
Wind in a bar. How?
Like a leaf blower. Do you have one? Sure.
Sweet Caroline, the good times never seem so good. Oh, boy!
Papa, how you doing?
How am I doing? Huge.
I just disappear in the music.
You two always know what to do.
I can't thank Neil, because every thank you I got belongs to you, doll. You're my August night, my September morn, you're my crackling Rosie.
Yeah, lightning and thunder!
All right, now we're moving on to Best Actor, where we pick two each. And I'm going to go ahead and jump in and get us started here because I think Stellan Skarsgård might be the lead, like might get a lead nomination. So I'm going to predict him here. I might be crazy, but this is where you win or lose the game. Obviously, going into supporting, he has a better chance, but I think it is kind of a two-hander between him and Renat Renenzwe. So we'll see. And then for my second pick, a movie that if it gets nominated, this is the only place it will get nominated because it's apparently a bad movie, but he's the Oscar man. He's the greatest actor of our generation. Daniel Day-Lewis in Anemone. Is that how you say? I don't even. Anemone. I'll just mumble through it like him. Yeah, DDL.
Have you seen it, Korbin?
I have not seen it.
I haven't either. Okay, I'm just checking.
Apparently, he gives 2 monologues that are really long.
Let's go.
We're so back.
Kody, what'd you do here?
Yeah, he was right on my cutoff line, but my first pick, which I feel pretty confident about, is Timmy Chalamet for Marty Supreme.
Good call.
Yeah, I saw the trailer before Smashing Machines, and it just looks like he's having a lot of fun as well. So I think he'll get a nom. Hopefully he gets a win.
Hello? Hey, it's Marty Mauser. I'm in the Royal Suite. I saw you in the lobby yesterday.
Okay.
Well, I never talked to an actual movie star. You know, I'm something of a performer, too.
Are you?
Yeah, you don't believe me?
You
what? What? You got the Daily Mail in front of you?
This is you?
Yeah, the chosen one. It's a nice picture, right?
I have a purpose. And if you think that's some sort of blessing, it's not. It means I have an obligation to see a very specific thing through. And with that obligation comes sacrifice.
Everything in my life's falling apart, but I'm gonna figure it out.
Do you need any help? I could help you. I know it's hard to believe, but I'm telling you, this game, it fills stadiums overseas. And it's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
I'm not trying to control you, Marty.
It's unacceptable! It's unacceptable!
But I don't think you understand the stakes. You have no power here.
What do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
It
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness. Now look at this, an orange ball, which no one's ever thought of. See, you're already following it way better. Look at his eyes. You're looking more engaged now.
Buddy, custom ball like that is gonna cost a lot of money.
Of course it's custom. It's original ball for an original guy. It's the Marty Supremo, not the Marty normal ball.
And then, yeah, I had Daniel Day-Lewis slotted for a while, but I did do a last-minute switch out for Jeremy Allen White for Springsteen. Saw some more buzz on him with some last-minute research, so don't feel crazy confident about it, but like weirdly, I do think it doesn't have the worst chance of happening. Obviously, he had a good performance with the Iron Claw pretty recently, so we'll cross our fingers. But hopefully, the little man gets a nom.
From DDL to JAW, your guy. Timmy already starting the campaign today. I saw he said he's been practicing ping pong for 8 years.
We saw that.
What a freaking guy!
Sure. I mean, is that just when he started playing ping pong?
Right.
He said,
just
like, I could say I've been practicing for 20
He was
years.
like, I had a table at Cannes when I was premiering The French Dispatch. I had a table in Africa when I was shooting Dune. I had a table in Italy when I was like, okay, dude.
You had one in the desert. Fair enough.
Is he like The Rock with his mobile gym, just taking his ping pong table everywhere he goes?
He's got to have his paddle. Can't go anywhere without it.
I went Timmy for slot 1. Feels strong. The early reviews just from the showing the other night seem to reinforce that. And it felt very much his turn last year, and they snubbed him for one more. So if this performance lives close to that, then I could see them kind of going ahead and paying it forward for this time. So, and then the other one I went with Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent.
Nice.
I haven't seen it, but felt like a lot of strong buzz, and Variety even picked him and predicted him to win. So felt like a strong endorsement there too.
Clayton Davis.
This is definitely a category where some deserving performances are going to get left out for sure.
Big time.
Yeah, I did Timothy for Marty Supreme, and then I also chose Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon. Just seemed like an interesting premise. He's playing some real life guy who was a playwright, and he's pissed because like Oklahoma is debuting and it's from like his rival or something. Seems kind of interesting, just on premise. Plus, he is in like weird makeup, like his hair's looking weird. He looks a little not Ethan Hawke, which is kind of, sometimes a fun choice. And also, I've just been liking the buzz around him in general. There's been some fun quotes. I think you guys put on your podcast of him talking about Robert Redford that were really refreshing and
great.
He's on his
fun. So
his The Lowdown press tour right now, FX TV show.
Mhm.
He's doing his thing. I
yeah,
like Hawk a lot.
I'm digging him.
2 Linklater movies out this year. I don't know if this one or the other is gonna be the one that kind of rises to the surface, or if neither of them is gonna matter. It's hard to say.
The other one's a Netflix one, right? Or is Blue Moon the Netflix one? One of them's a Netflix one.
I think Blue Moon is Sony Pictures Classic, and then I think Nouvelle Vogue, or however you say it, is Netflix. So yeah,
cool.
All right, Carter, what are your 2 picks?
Both have been mentioned. I got Jeremy Allen White for Deliver Me From Nowhere. Musical biopic. Feel like we're running back Bob Dylan again. Everyone loves Springsteen also.
It feels different coming home. There's a real emptiness.
I think Bruce is afraid of what's coming, and he feels guilty leaving behind the world he knows.
It's like I'm always running away from something. Like the past is breathing down my neck.
I don't have to tell you. We got to hit it out of the park with the next record. Bruce Springsteen's on a rocket ship. We don't want to miss that window.
The label, once you have your first top 10, they're just thinking about momentum.
I'm trying to find something real. These new songs, they're different, but they're the only thing making sense to me right now. The only thing I can still believe in.
Then we'll get it. Whatever it takes.
Well, they blew up the chicken man in Philly last night. Now they blew up his house too. Everything that dies someday comes back.
And then I also went Jeff's route. I went Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent. Don't really know a ton about the movie, but I know his performance is being praised, and the subject matter sounds cool. He like flees a mysterious past, returns to his hometown, and there's some stuff going on in the town. And it's like 2 hours and 40 minutes. So I know it'll just be like a nice, maybe paranoia kind of movie. I don't know. So I'm excited for it. And, again, the international buzz. It's been the past couple of years where there's been, international representation in these acting slots. So I'm thinking this might be the one. Hopefully.
Definitely. That was, I think the initial reaction to this movie was Wagner Moura, best actor contender. Like that was what I remember seeing. Best actress. Start us off, Jeff. What are you thinking?
I've got Emma Stone for Begonia. She's just the Academy darling. She's obviously always tremendously great. Wish she was in better movies, but that's okay.
He's a Yorgos hater.
Yeah, he's my least favorite working artist. And then I'm gonna butcher her name, but we're not Rinsby for Sentimental Value.
Those seem like locks. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. Emma Stone feels on the outside. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know anything.
I also took Emma Stone as my first pick. I think mostly more for the Emma Stone name of it, like Jeff was saying. Rather than I don't know what the Begonia deal is, what people actually think of it on the whole. And then my other pick in this category was Amanda Seyfried for The Testament of Anne Lee. I don't know, up in the air here. I don't think this movie is going to make much of a difference, but it did get a Searchlight picked it up, and it's releasing on Christmas now, doing kind of a 70 millimeter showcase. So there's a world where this could kind of pop up later and upset some people. And it's the wife of Brady Corbet, who was also the co-writer on The Brutalist last year and the producing partner. She's directing this movie, and they co-wrote it together. So, kind of a return of that team from last year, which made a name for themselves.
Mona Fastfold. Yeah.
Yes. Say her name. Very important.
Yeah, similar to you guys. I also picked Emma Stone for Begonia. I mean, she shaved her dang head. So
True.
I think she just get nommed off that alone.
I am a high-profile corporate executive.
Good morning, Michelle.
My company is a key job creator and economic engine of the region.
Let's start over.
I am a high-profile female corporate executive. Does that add a certain politicized optics to this? I would say that's a tremendous factor. I am crucial. In all humility, I can say that.
So, this is a joke then?
Sorry, that was the best I could do.
No, it isn't.
Okay, let's reset. I am a high-profile female corporate exec.
No.
What you're asking me to do is not quite clear to me.
I know what you are. You should just say it.
What do you really want me to say? I'm an alien.
Just say it, convincingly.
I am an alien.
This is the best you could do. You didn't even say it in your own language.
You know I'm not an alien.
Lies.
Truth. What's the difference?
What if someone finds out about what we're doing?
They're killing our planet. It's up to you and me to stop them.
I am an alien from outer space. I am not a human being. Thanks.
And then I also took more of an under the radar one. I took Rose Byrne in If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, which looks like a really chaotic A24 flick, where she just has she's slowly losing it seems. And Conan O'Brien is her therapist, and then she's also a therapist. So some fun layers there. And I love Rose Byrne, so hopefully she gets nom.
Yeah, can we have that kind of crossover if Conan is in a nominated film?
Conan Bump
hosting.
I'd say nom Conan, but
let's go.
I love it. I think I've heard he's actually like really good in this movie. That it is like an impressive acting performance. I think A$AP Rocky's in it as well. So yeah, it's a fun cast.
His role looks weird, but
what a year for A$AP.
We should have best original song. Damn, I completely forgot Trunks from Highest to Lowest. That song's a banger. Jackson, what are you taking here?
Yeah, I'm doing Emma Stone also. Just looks like a pretty fun performance. Honestly, Jesse Plemons kind of looked like he was having more fun in it. So I'm just curious to check it out in general. And then what feels like maybe the safest lock for this entire category, Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. She's just great. I love her in everything. Women Talking, she's really good in The Last Daughter, really good. Big fan of hers.
Tell me a story.
What story would you like?
Something that moves you.
Is it true you know everything about a person by touching them here?
Not everything.
You touched me here. What did you see?
I saw a landscape.
Saw a landscape?
Spaces. Caves. Tunnels and oceans. Undiscovered countries.
Will you be brave?
Yes.
Will you be brave?
Deep, dark, black void. Only breathe.
What do you see?
What do you see?
You will live.
One of our just great working actors, and like not a household name at all, but always delivers great performances. Carter, what are your final 2 picks here?
Only one not going Emma Stone. I am also going Jessie Buckley, who I think will win for Hamnet. I'm just emotionally preparing myself for that. Sounds like a bummer of a movie. Not going to be the most fun watch, but that'll be great. And then I went with you, Korbin. I went with Amanda Seyfried for the Testament of Ann Lee. Big musical seems like. And it was honestly, it was between this and Rose Byrne for me. I think those are the two kind of fighting for the spot. And I would be happy with, I would tell you, I'd be more happy with Rose Byrne being in there. So I guess this is also an emotional hedge. So
thanks for
you're doing the Kody thing. You'll be happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I Had Legs, I Kick You comes out this weekend. So excited to see that one.
Very excited.
Best picture. It's all come down to this. I'll go ahead and start us off with 2 international picks that we've talked about. First off, No Other Choice. Again, I'm a little worried about the whole WGA thing, but I think this is a it's time for him moment, a huge international artist kind of finally getting that Academy recognition. And then my other pick is It Was Just an Accident, which we've also talked about, coming off that Cannes Palme d'Or win. Jafar Panahi has been nominated in documentary and international, I think, in the past, or at least in international before. Kind of his story as a filmmaker in Iran and just kind of like all the struggles he's gone through as another person who's like throughout his career has constantly trying to create art in a world that's trying to stop him from making that art. And this is just another example of that, a political and timely film that I think I'm excited to see, and we'll get a Best Picture nomination probably.
What I have left, I have not picked Sinners yet, so I'm definitely going to slot it in here.
Nice.
I'm a bit nervous just with like how many noms it will get, and more just interested, I guess, to see. Obviously, early release. I feel like it's just hard to predict how much respect it's going to get just because of its release dates. But they should be pretty free, I would think. And then I'm also going House of Dynamite. Held off on Bigelow, but again, I really like the trailer. Think it should be pretty good. I feel like for Best Picture, strategically, it's better to pick something you think will be an 8, 9, 10 and try to snipe something there. So kind of went both directions strategically, and hopefully they both work out.
It is funny when Sinners came out, we all kind of were like, is this an Oscar? Like, you're a little worried. You're like, but then it just became undeniable at a certain point. And I'm glad it's made its way here. Jeff, what are your 2 picks?
I have Sinners as well. I think this will be awesome. It's my favorite movie of the year so far, even probably still a bump above One Battle After Another. And then my second slot, I'm going Hamnet.
Those are locks. Yeah.
Saved it for that.
Shakespeare, baby. Ooh. Jackson, what are you taking?
Yeah, this is where I put It Was Just an Accident. Palme d'Or winner. Felt like a safe bet. And then I also saved Wicked for Good, just for, that popular pick that kind of gets slapped in. I think it's more deserving. It's the finale, and I didn't think I thought of maybe doing Avatar Fire and Ash here, but I don't know if it has the legs to get in that 10th spot. So I think Wicked for Good is like a safe popcorn finale.
Will Wicked for Good make more money than Wicked, which made $756 million? Yes?
I think it's booming to a bill.
The music isn't as good in the second half, but the music isn't as good, but the hype is there. The hype is there. So
Jeff, you don't buy it. What's up?
You don't have to find Gravity. It's
Yeah.
dead.
They'll work it back. They'll do a reprise somehow.
True.
I think it makes less. I agree. I don't know. I think Wicked, it made good money, but it ended up not being as big of a hit as, I don't know, some people hoped it would be. And
here's the thing too, though, like the people the normies who went to see it, who weren't necessarily Broadway people who enjoyed it, they won't know that it's not as good as the first half. So
maybe they'll just be like, I've seen The Wizard of Oz, so I don't have to watch the second half.
Well, I think that'll
they're
drag
gonna
more
check it
people
out.
in,
They're gonna
though.
check it out.
Yeah, I disagree. I bet it makes more. It's also on my
Wizard of
fantasy
Oz
team.
on the Sphere. Does that help or hurt?
Yeah. Anytime I see David Zaslav in a movie, I go, yes, I want to see that.
All right, Carter, what are your last picks here?
It Was Just an Accident, for the reasons you and Jackson stated. Palme d'Or winner as well. And then my last one is I'm glad I had this slotted in before the surprise premiere, but I have Marty Supreme as my last slot here, and I'm happy the hype and buzz is still strong after I put it in here. So
very nice. Well, we've reached the end of our game. Let's everyone recap our picks. In documentary, I selected The Perfect Neighbor. In international, I took The Secret Agent. In casting, I took Sinners. In makeup and hairstyling, I took The Smashing Machine. In production design, I took Avatar Fire and Ash. In costume design, I took Wicked for Good. In sound editing, I took F1. In visual effects, I took Superman. In editing, I took Marty Supreme. In original score, I took One Battle After Another. In Best Original Song, I took Golden, K-Pop Demon Hunters. In cinematography, I took Frankenstein. Animated, I took Zootopia 2, Zootopia. Screenplay, I took Weapons. Adapted screenplay, I took Hamnet. Director, I took House of Dynamite. Supporting actor, I took Adam Sandler and Jay Kelly. Supporting actress, I took Kate Hudson in Song Sung Blue. And I had to look up what the name of that movie was because I almost forgot it. Stellan Skarsgård, I took for my first Best Actor pick in the film Sentimental Value. And then I took Daniel Day-Lewis and then in Best Actress, I took Emma Stone in Begonia and Amanda Seyfried in The Testament of Anne Lee. And my two Best Picture potential nominees were It Was Just an Accident and No Other Choice. Kody, let's test your reading skills. What you got?
Here we go. Best documentary got 2,000 Meters to Andreevka. Best International took The Secret Agent. Best Casting, Wake Up Dead Man, Knives Out. Best Makeup and Hairstyling, Kiss of the Spider Woman. Best Production Design, I took Frankenstein. Best Costume Design, I took Hedda. Best Sound, F1. Visual Effects, obviously Avatar, Fire and Ash. Best Editing, One Battle After Another. Best Original Score, took Wicked for Good. Best Song, Golden by K-Pop. Best Cinematography, took Train Dreams. Best Animated, Zootopia 2. Screenplay, It Was Just an Accident. Adapted Screenplay, took No Other Choice. Best Director, I took Chloe Zhao. Best Supporting Actor, Stellan Skarsgård in Sentimental Value. Best Supporting Actress, Emily Blunt in Smashing Machine. My Best Actors, I took Timmy for Marty Supreme. And then Jeremy Allen White for Springsteen. Actresses, I had Emma Stone for Begonia and Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. And then my Best Pictures, I had Sinners and House of Dynamite.
Best Doc, I had 2,000 Meters. For Best International, I had No Other Choice. Casting was Fantastic Four. Makeup and hairstyling was Kiss of the Spider Woman. Production design, Frankenstein. Costume design, The Phoenician Scheme. Best Sound, I had Wicked for Good. Visual effects, Avatar, Fire and Ash. Editing was Warfare. Best Original Score was Tron Ares. Original Song was Golden, K-Pop Demon Hunters. Cinematography, I had F1. Animated, Zootopia 2. For Best Original Screenplay, House of Dynamite. Best Adapted Screenplay was Wake Up Dead Man. For Director, I had PTA. For Supporting Actor, I had Adam Sandler for Jay Kelly. And Supporting Actress was Amy Madigan for Weapons. My two Best Actors were Timmy for Marty Supreme and Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent. And my Best Actresses were Emma Stone for Begonia and Renate Renezve for Sentimental Value. And my two Best Pictures were Sinners and Hamnet.
For documentary, I had The Alabama Solution. For international, The Secret Agent. For casting, Wake Up Dead Man. For makeup and hairstyling, The Smashing Machine. For production design, Avatar, Fire and Ash. For costume design, Frankenstein. For sound, F1. For visual effects, Superman. For editing, House of Dynamite. Original score, I had Sinners. Original song, I had K-Pop Demon Hunters. Cinematography, I had Train Dreams. Animated, I had Zootopia. Original screenplay, Is This Thing On? Adapted screenplay, No Other Choice. For director, I had PTA. For supporting actor, I had Adam Sandler and Jay Kelly. For supporting actress, I had Elle Fanning for Sentimental Value. My two Best Actors were Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme and Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon. And my two Best Actresses were Jessie Buckley for Hamnet and Emma Stone for Begonia. And my Best Pictures were It Was Just an Accident and Wicked for Good.
For Best Documentary, I took The Perfect Neighbor. For international, I took The Voice of Hein Rajab. For casting, I took Wake Up Dead Man. Makeup and hairstyling, I took The Smashing Machine. Production design, I took Avatar, Fire and Ash. For costume design, Kiss of the Spider Woman. Sound, F1. Visual effects, Superman. Editing, House of Dynamite. Original score, Sinners. Original song, Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters. Cinematography, Frankenstein. Animated, Zootopia. Best Screenplay, Sentimental Value. Best Adapted Screenplay, Begonia. Best Director, PTA for One Battle After Another. Supporting Actor, Adam Sandler for Jay Kelly. Supporting Actress, Ariana Grande for Wicked for Good. Best Actor, I have Jeremy Allen White for Deliver Me From Nowhere, Springsteen, and Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent. Best Actress, I have Amanda Seyfried for The Testament of Anne Lee and Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. And for Best Picture, I have It Was Just an Accident and Marty Supreme.
Awesome, guys. I think this was another successful nomination game. Much to be decided here in January. And I'm looking forward to the next couple months of campaigning. Were there any movies that didn't get a mention? I know, Jeff, you were really excited about Roof Man. Didn't feel like a nomination for you?
Yeah, too much buzz online about Roof Man, particularly from the freaking Hollywood Reporter. Even had it like in Best Picture and Channing Tatum for Best Actor. And I thought that was crazy.
Real.
Yeah. But anyway, I felt like again, I'm a broken record. This is the third time I've said it. I feel like there's like 5 or 6 movies at the top that could get a ton of noms, and I represented them all here. I don't think I left off any heavy hitters.
This game is definitely going to be won in the margins, in the times we got a little bit freaky out there. I think Big Toys R Us is really pushing Roof Man out there for us, but I don't know. After the Hunt, nobody is in on the Luca train anymore. We've all learned our lesson there.
DOA.
Got really bad reviews. Yeah.
I think Julia Roberts was maybe the only possibility, but I don't know. That movie just feels like it's not. Even Challengers, which had so much love, just got nothing. And then for a movie that's this divisive and pretty much panned mostly, it doesn't seem like it'll make the cut. But I don't know. Blonde happened.
Yeah, I think it's out. I don't know what people were expecting from a Luca movie about like sexual assault on a college campus.
Yeah.
He's not going to tell it straight. He's going to get into the gray areas for sure. And then Jackson, you didn't include any Springsteen on your list. I didn't do it either. Do you not have faith in Jeremy Allen White as a movie star?
I debated it. I heard that he doesn't do a ton of like change in his like performance. Like he's not doing like, voice, like he's not doing a Bob Dylan accent. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't have the fake teeth
singing,
of Rami Malek. But sure. So I could see it happening, but I just didn't want to bet on it.
Yeah, much to be determined.
Fatigue in the musical biopic, at least on my end, and like obviously Timmy got a lot of love last year for that, but who cares about a Bruce Springsteen doc?
I think if you're gonna do it, it should be like of a specific era with like within a story to tell. Because I feel like, with Bob Dylan kind of going into his electric stage, at least that was something a little bit more interesting than just like a generic broad overview of someone's career to the point where like you don't actually learn a whole lot at all.
Yeah.
Which I think this Springsteen is like about one album.
It's an album. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Springsteen, maybe people in America care, but does the international audience care? I don't know. Not sure. Any final thoughts, anyone? Kody, you didn't embarrass yourself at all. You did great today, I think.
Hey man, I'm coming off a win from last year, so I appreciate
a tie
it.
for first place, a 3-way tie.
But yeah, we like ties.
Wins
but
win.
yeah, the only thing it really hurt for me was no Jay Kelly noms that snuck in, but definitely rooting for it. Also, I think Margaret Qualley in Blue Moon, the Linklater one, I think could be a sneaky nom as well. So I want to shout her out.
Thought you were gonna say Honey Don't. And I was gonna.
I haven't seen it yet. On the watch list.
Skip.
I do feel like there were a couple, like this race could have been thicker had some of the movies panned out. Like Opus ended up, I never even caught it because apparently it's really bad. Mickey 17 lost a lot of steam. Like even some quirky ones like Death of a Unicorn or Highest to Lowest or Honey Don't, Materialists. Like some of these ones that when we were doing our draft felt like they were going to be pretty solid. Ended up just being pretty thin. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's if we did it 8 months ago, it's like, oh, a Bong Joon-ho movie, a Cohen movie.
Exactly. Yeah.
I 100% agree. But that's what we have too much information. And in 3 months, we'll look back on this and be unimpressed.
Yeah, happens every year.
Well, thank you guys again for coming out. Jackson, where can the people check out the Rough Cut Retrospective?
They can check us out on Spotify and wherever you get your podcasts at. But follow us on Instagram at roughcut_pod and follow us on Letterboxd at RCR pod.
If you haven't listened to Jackson and I's super conversation that we did a couple months ago, what are you doing? Where have you been? Go back and listen to it. And then, we got a lot of exciting things. I'm sure we'll be over talking some spooky movies here soon on the Rough Cut Retrospective. So Lots of exciting things in the future. Thank you and goodbye.
Bye. Stay capping.
Peace.
Peace.